to FigGuys.
Isn't it great to be alive on a supersized edition of the FigGuys on a Tuesday night? It's me, the OG Fig Kid, Thomas Montalto, and joining me as usual.
It's me. It's good old Mike B. Ladies and gentlemen, happy Tuesday. Happy FigGuys. Thank you for joining us as always. Tom, it's good to see you on this beautiful Tuesday evening. How you doing?
I am well, Mike. How are you?
I can't complain, all right? I mean, I could, but who wants to listen to that? We're here to talk about action figures. We got a loaded episode. Nobody wants to hear me complain, right?
No, and you know what? You listen to the podcast with the long introductions. Let's not even do that. Let's get right to it.
It's time for the
It is an absolute honor for me to introduce somebody I loved as a kid. I never imagined I'd have him on our show. Magnum T.A, welcome to the show. Thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Well, it's a pleasure, and it's nice for somebody that a fan that far back that can remember me, because I certainly don't look anything like I did 40 plus years ago. I would love to jump back in that model of me for about a week. I got some business I'd like to take care of.
I got that. I mean, I have to wear the hat now too, so I fully get it. We're not like what we were when we were younger, but dude, I didn't even know where to start. Let's start at the beginning. So everybody knows that's a wrestling figure fan on the internet. The whole PowerTown thing going on. How did you get involved with them?
So about 2022, I get a call. I'm working at my desk from an old friend, Greg Gagne, and he introduces me to this concept and this new startup group that's gonna pay homage to the wrestling stars from the past that never got their due in the modern era. Kind of missed out on all that, all the way back. People like myself, but way farther back, going back to the start of television, and a lot of people that Greg got to be friends with over the years that I don't even know who they are, some of them, but they're all people that paved the way, and what we know today is the entertainment industry of wrestling, and it sounded really exciting. He was introduced me to the fact that he'd been approached by someone that was his dad's partner in the AWA with introducing the Remco figures back in the day, and laid out something that sounded pretty cool to me, because it wasn't anybody else really focusing on really the Legends series and the older guys in the sport. So initially he just asked me if I'd be interested in doing a contract with him, letting him make a figure of me, and I said, yeah, that'd be cool. And so as time would go on and Greg and I continued talking, he took the opportunity to introduce me to Steve Rosenthal, who brainchilded this thing and came up with it with him and his son making him aware of how the retro figures were so popular today, and now some of those very modest priced things were selling for hundreds and hundreds, maybe thousands of dollars if they were rare. And it kind of, his light bulb went off. So as I got to know Steve, I was like, I met the most passionate, salesman type guy I've probably run across in the last 50 years. I mean, literally, for somebody to be his age, he's 10 years older than me, and have the energy he's got, the drive he's got, the passion, it was very appealing. And I come from, a whole different line of business. For the last 35 years, I've been in telecom, and have worked in quality improvement and process improvement and all things to do with cellular tower construction work. And it as we conversed and talked and whatnot, he started picking my head a little bit about things, and understood that I maybe had more insight and more to add than just being somebody on the roster. And they started bringing me into the fold. And it was early, it was very early stages of all this. As a matter of fact, when this whole concept came together, they were just going to do a Kickstarter, and they were going to find maybe 6, 12 legends from the past, do a Kickstarter, make those figures, and be done with it. But what they didn't anticipate was Greg's and my brotherhood with all these folks that we've known for the last 40 and 50 years. That as we all told them what we were doing, they all wanted to be involved. And next thing you know, there's not 10 or 12 people to deal with. There's 200 plus. So it it evolved really rapidly from a concept to a startup to a kickstart to something that had the capacity to be a full-time business. Well, I work full-time. All the other participants are retired, and you're talking about a fourth quarter gang of people. I mean, we're not a bunch of 35-year-olds. I'll be 67 if I make it to June. So I had to do a kind of a deep dive to just first of all understand this a little bit. I didn't have any money invested. I hadn't laid out the seed money. That was all done by Steve and his partner, and they set this thing up. And frankly, I felt kind of honored to be brought in and consulted with, because their backgrounds were stellar, and they certainly had the contacts. And when Ultra Series 1 was originally to launch, I wasn't supposed to be in it. It was originally DDP in the spot that I ended up taking, and we ended up in a little shuffle match with the WWE over his contractual agreement, and he wasn't able to do it, so we pivoted, put me in. And when I started seeing the process evolve and see what all the intricacies of the design work and the sculpting and the refinement and the redos and things that it takes to hone this product, I was really impressed, because he truly had put together a team of people that were world class in their abilities. And when the product started, the product started coming across where we could see samples of it, I couldn't have been any more excited about what kind of companies this was and what kind of potential it had. And to even double down and make me feel even better, the series 1 came out in 3 and 3. They were made like that. And the first series that came over, it had Bruiser Brody, Stan Hansen, and Vernon, right? And right away, Steve had made contact with Brian and Matt, and wanted to go on their show and sent them samples. And lo and behold, they identified a non-conformity with the product that was a deal breaker for us, because there was something wrong in the way the hips or legs, something had been molded or done,
Yeah.
and if you bent them and they would snap. And so to talk about stand-up guys, Steve put the air brakes on everything. We had that whole shipment that had already been sent out, and we found the problem. We did a root cause analysis, found the problem, changed a couple things, and then redid the whole thing again, which postponed that initial launch probably 5 months from when it should have. The excitement, people anticipating, but I was working with people who wanted to do the right thing, and they did. And so when the product landed, again, I couldn't have been happier with the quality of it. I'm not a figure guy like you guys, but I knew when I held it in my hand, and I picked up, a Mattel version of something, right? Because I had a Mattel version myself. It felt like difference in that is such a lightweight feeling piece in your hand compared to the PowerTown version, that I was really proud of it. So it started off with a bang, and of course right after that we pivoted and did the Diamond Collection series with Carrie, off the movie The Iron Claw, and which I thought was like perfect. It was a repaint, but I mean, obviously, the movie had some legs and was making some noise, and I'm saying, man, we're in it now. This was moving along well, and then the whole uh, ongoing journey of this, I'm like doing a deep dive learning because I didn't have any conception when I started that from coming up with an idea to getting it, the artist design, getting approvals, getting that that first one ready to go, and everybody saying it's good, and then finally getting the run done, get it packaged, get it here. That you're looking at 6-7 months if
Yeah.
everything goes well, and it could go not so well and be 8-9 months. So that's not a great deal. And I really didn't understand this whole concept with collectors of the pre-sale, all the pre-sale, and we get in on something other people don't have an opportunity to get in on.
Yeah.
Because I come from a very practical side. I look at something and say, okay, this is really cool. It cost me X to make this. How many of these then do I need to make and sell to make a profit? That's business 101.
Yeah.
But I didn't get into those conversations until we got much farther into the process. So the company is rapidly like growing. We're bringing in people that are that are designers, people from the toy industry that are communicating back and forth with our partners in Shenzhen, and and everything is looks like we're on the right track. But again, to grow linear like we were, the capital that it takes to support all that had to be very well thought through and laid out. And it wasn't a matter, in my mind, that the model was going to survive just on pre-sale. That we need to be able to have the means to buy inventory and have an online store presence, so that the people that didn't get to take the opportunity of the pre-sale could then still buy them. They would still not be 20-30,000 of them like a Mattel or somebody had the capacity to do, but probably 5,000
Yeah.
or so that you could keep a store presence, and of course people in a store atmosphere that can get it right now would pay a couple of dollars more for it than the guys that had laid their money out so far in advance. And I was so engulfed in the design part of it, the dealing with the people like the beginning of the accounts with people like T.A, and leaning on my relationships from the past to put things together that they had not had great success with until I came along. I kind of became the face of those negotiations with people like the Mass Republic, Kevin Kleinrock, and the folks at MLW. And in the background, as this thing's growing, the the eye that's not on the ball is that we're going to need injection of capital to be able to maximize each of these efforts. And it didn't just start off immediately. We had some hiccups internally, had some people that were initially doing that job of communicating back and forth with the factory. They gave us some misinformation, which we then put out about when certain things were going to be shipped and done and whatnot. And it caused a logjam of everything going on, to the point where I guess it was right at the end of, probably towards the end of 24, that I realized we had a major problem, that we
Yeah.
needed a large injection of capital to be able to pivot things around, get the things moving that were already made, get them in people's hands, but also have the ability to make more than what we were pre-selling. Because as you guys know, you're in the biz, steel costs, getting steel cut is for an 7-inch action figure is no joke.
Yeah.
You're anywhere from 20 to 25,000 up, depending on how many accessories and things you've got. In the blink of an eye, and plus we're using all kinds of different sculptors that are get paid well as well. So before if you're bringing out 6 figures, you could have 150 to $170,000 worth of expense before you even run the line.
Yeah.
And doing doing these modest runs was not conducive to a good business model. But again, it wasn't a pre-thought thing. It was or a premeditated thing. It was something that organically started going wrong. And when we identified the issue and identified the problem, we should have been looking for that financial partner probably 6 months prior to what we did.
Yeah.
And so, and not having that lined up before, it starts this, just tidal wave of frustrated people. They want to know when, want to know what. You want to be cautious in what you say, when and what, because you're out there courting investors and courting, partners to align themselves with you. And if you, set off a fear factor of people that, there's problems, getting things produced because of financial resources, and they've already paid for their product. It's a horrible situation. And I can't wrap my head around anybody prepaying for anything. I would no more. I mean, that's like, if I had the money, I'm gonna go prepay for a daggone ZRX, Corvette. And oh, by the way, you're gonna pay for it, and you're gonna pay a premium, and it's gonna be 9 months before you get it.
Yeah.
That I'm not wired like that. Wrestling's always been very emotional. You see something, it reminds you of something, you want to react by doing something about it and getting that immediate gratification. And of course, we also live in the Amazon world where you can need something or want something, click a button on your phone, and you might even have it the same day, depending on what the situation is. But certainly, you don't wait more than 2 or 3 days and you get it. So we've got a whole culture of people that are used to that, myself included.
Yeah.
And I don't begrudge anybody the frustration, other than the fact that they don't know the whole picture, and they don't know that Greg and I initially were joined the company to use our parlay our friendships of 40 and 50 years to help bring in of other people that had never had figures made, and to utilize that. And I'm the one that just decided if I was going to do this, I wasn't going to do it halfway, and I was going to go all in, learn as much as I could about the whole process and what it took, and really be able to wrap my head around what it's going to take to make this thing profitable at the end of the day. And when it came down to in my head was, like the old saying, you got to have money to make money.
100%.
And this took an injection of capital that is very significant. I mean, I started my first construction company back in the 90s with $20,000 and turned it into $1 million business in a year. You can't do something like that in this industry. You need to have $500,000 to get something cranked up and get it going, and really have the wherewithal to be able to pay it all forward. Because as Steve and I had talked, over the last 15 months as we've been going through this journey, I said pre-sales are going to become a thing of the past. I said this probably burnt the bridge of true pre-sales probably forever. I said, but the fact is, there's no reason why. We've got a great fulfillment relationship with some folks down in Alabama that could do, real-time delivery just like Amazon does. If we were able to fill their warehouse up with, 10,000 figures of all different, variations, it would be a superstore that you could just constantly, move new product in and out, and send some of it over to England and Europe, and make it available to people over there. And you could have some fun doing it, but it takes that capital availability to do all those things. So I guess like one of the biggest things for me was I'm not used to not being able to really control my destiny. I've been in life and death situations. I've been told I've got 1,000,000 to 1 shot. I've ever been able to overcome some things, and dug in and did what it takes to make it work, and did it. what I found with this was that, sometimes something is bigger than you. And, and I'm not making excuses in that I didn't start this and I didn't understand all the in and out intricacies of it. And I wouldn't even say in hindsight that I wish I never did it, because I have met some of the most amazing people like yourselves, like, uh, like Steve, and understood his story in the toy business, and sculptors, and Hal Haney, great artist, just on and on, so many folks. And I've learned really what it takes for this to work. And the concept was not wrong. It just, nobody could have perceived how big the opportunity could have become so quickly, and then what it was going to take to actually pull that off as a plan. And
Yeah.
that's where the critical thinking comes into it, and somebody that can delve into it, like it's a real business, and put 8 hours a day in it. My daytime job is my daytime job, and that's what makes the wheels go around, takes care of my family and kids. And I had to realize that I might have to take a step back here and watch, and see where they go with it. I can say definitively that Steve is committed to finding a resource to make this right, because he's got hundreds of thousands of his own dollars invested in this thing, and frankly, I mean, that's just, there really is business integrity there. The silence has not been for wanting to try to shirk responsibilities, or keep people in the dark. It's just that any information short of when are you going to receive something was not going to satisfy anyone. And the perception of, oh well, you've misappropriated our money. Well, any business that takes their money uses their money across the board in the business for future work, design work, licensing, things that are happening. So there's money is always flowing, but you've got to have that resource to make sure you can hedge that gap when you run into it. And again, I gave 15 solid months of my effort, along with life and everything else I'm trying to do. And I finally just said, hey, I'm not getting any younger. I wish everybody well. I love the people I've met. I've got some things I wish could take place, and I'm still rooting
Yeah.
for them to be successful. I just can't, I can't answer for things that I can't control.
100%.
I
And
get that.
that's the thing. It's like the whole pre-order system, I feel a lot of people have been slighted on it, which is understandable because they don't know the whole thing going on. But at the same time, wouldn't it, like, is from a business standpoint, wouldn't it have been a better idea to, instead of taking pre-orders, to do like a Kickstarter campaign for the Remco style figures and then build up your funds and move into that direction?
And probably in hindsight, that would have been the best approach. I will share this, kind of behind the curtain look.
Yeah.
That Remco that we came up with, which was, like really an evolution of a Remco. The way we interpreted what it would look like if we were doing it now in 26 instead of 1986.
Yeah.
That figure was almost as expensive to manufacture as the Ultra. Believe it or not, there was
Oh, I
not
believe it.
there's not some great cost savings there, and it really was it was underpriced
Yeah.
for what it was, because the soft goods alone were like just over the top in what it takes to put those things together. And if you're making 10-20,000 units of something, it doesn't matter. But when you're making 1,500, 2,000, it matters a whole lot. And
Yeah.
it doesn't make sense. I'd never even heard of a Kickstarter till I got in this world.
Yeah.
And that if you'd had the machine, then you had to run all that, do that, participate in it and everything. that would probably have been, the best thing out of the gate to have done. Because frankly, I'm going to say when the Remco is finally getting people's hands, that's my favorite thing we've done.
Yeah.
I mean, it is, they are exceptional. And I actually got Dusty and Cody in the Mattel Superstars because of the same kind of look, kind of thing, and compared them. And in the Cody, I bought his legs falling off, and it's just all this goofy stuff, but it's the same thing. I think that our factory uses better materials, so it makes the weight of the figure a little heavier.
Yeah.
And of course we had the same articulation that the superstars do. But again, that all the joints and all the pieces and all that process in the Remcos is not the mass savings from the ultras that you would think.
No, absolutely.
Right.
Yeah.
You had mentioned, just because you mentioned you're not there anymore, you stepped away. I don't know when you stepped away, but you kind of alluded to in what you were saying, is there still no clear path to when we might be getting figures, or if they're close to working out their situation that we might actually get these in hand?
I'm on now. I am, on the outside looking in, because when I was with them, particularly Stephen, I would sometimes talk 3 and 4 times a day, 7 days a week. But since I've stepped back, we actually did just talk this afternoon, and he's focusing on trying to get the Remcos out first, because they're made. They're sitting there in boxes and crates, ready to go. And he's pushing all the buttons to try to make that happen, and he's not backing off his commitment to getting those in the consumer's hands. And I think it'll be a step-by-step process. The T.A and the Ultras 2, steel's cut for all of them. I've seen first shots. They still got deco improvements and things that they need to do, but if he could just move one block at a time, especially the lowest hanging fruit, because it's sitting there, literally could be on a ship in 2 days if everything was righted, then that would be the first vote of confidence. I think he can hope to achieve. But again, I'm rooting for him. I think it was like very admirable when they did the "We Owe You One" campaign. Again, we had the product sitting there that was sent out, but it was all sent out for free, plus shipping was paid for out of pocket. So that little exercise, threw probably $40,000 to $50,000 in a blink to make all that happen, and all the people that received that.
Yeah.
So people that are trying to flim-flam somebody don't go out of their way to try to do things like that, to try to
understandable.
Let customers know that they are important to them.
Yeah.
And so for that part, I'm proud of the association. that's not why I stepped away. I stepped away because I've got to concentrate on life and taking care of my family and doing the things that are very time consuming and demanding as it is, and kind of take a deep breath and watch and see what they do.
Okay, so I agree. It was awesome that they send everybody figures, but at this point, it's over a year ago, and they've been announcing their Remcos have been done for quite a while now. So, is it just a financial situation to get them over here?
Yeah, it's all money.
It's all money.
All money.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there's no. And of course, the whole tariff situation, though it didn't have everything to do with everything. It had everything to do with making people shy away from wanting to step up and partner up to do something. When you got something that was never under a tariff, and at one point in time when they were the craziest, it was 145% for a minute, and then I think we're settled down and we're about 15% today or something, which even that is not palatable, because that 15% is not built in. You didn't build that into your pricing. You didn't build that in anywhere. You're just going to eat it.
Yeah.
So So it's a tough thing. It's kind of like the perfect storm, kind of all lined up, and you know, I feel for the customers, and but you know, I equally feel for all the people, my friends that we represent, because it's their fan bases. It's you know, Ricky and Robert, and it's Jim Duggan, and you know, it's you know, it's all those people that are important to me. Dory Funk Jr. is one of my, you know, dearest people in the world to me, and his wife Marty and I, you know, have talked, you know, so much about all this and things that we, you know, wanted to do with this and for Dory and everything else. And you know, of course, you know, Wahoo McDaniel's, his you know, his widow is, you know, wanting this out and this representation of Wahoo, and I do too. The Wahoo figure is going to be probably one of the stellar pieces in that whole bunch. He was the number one seller
Yeah.
in Ultra Series 2. And of course, you know, JYD, Kamala. I mean, I just every single and Medusa. I mean, every single person we've represented represents a friendship of mine and a deep association of mine for, you know, some 40 and 50 years. So you know, that's a heavy emotional weight to carry alongside, you know, having people say very awful things on posts that have nothing to do with action figures or anything else.
Yeah.
They want to, you know, attack something because you know, the forums allow you to do that, and you know, and again, I don't blame them. They don't understand it. You know, if this had been my startup company, and I had really had, you know, all the skin in the game of every single piece of it, then yeah, you know, I'll take my licks. But you know, I gave a whole lot of myself trying to make something, you know, out of this thing,
Yeah.
and I still believe in it, and I still believe with the right, you know, with the right structure, it could. Could you do? Are you going to be able to do that many figures of every single person that's signed up on that roster? No. I mean, it's just not. It's not practical or feasible. I mean, you would have to spend 15 years grooming that, and you know, in doing specials about folks that nobody, you know, ever knew about.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, John Leo Jonathan, you know, was one of the greatest big men ever in the business, way ahead of his time, and we represent his estate. But would he be, you know, would he be looked upon like a Bruiser Brody? No, you know, it'd be just because it's too generational, it's too far back,
Yeah.
and they didn't get the you know, culture following that you know, some of the other guys were able to attain. You know, Mad Dog Bashan, you know, he's a great character. We've got their entire family along with Luna, and
Yeah.
you know, so the all the subject matters are there. You know, they just need some things to come together for them to get a good base, a good foundation, and figure out, you know, how much they can really bite off at a time. But I'd love to see them, you know, again, deliver all this stuff, and you know, make some additional of TNA and Ultra Series 2 both, so that the folks that don't have a bad taste in their mouth would have the opportunity to pick them up, because
Yeah.
because they're going to be really cool. The accessories on Kamala are just nuts with
Oh yeah.
the mask and the spear and the necklace and the whole stinking deal. The little daggone leopard skirt. You know, he's going to be, you know, phenomenal.
I mean, I have series one, and there was no doubt those figures. I love them. To get a Bruiser Brody, those figures were just amazing. The accessories, but wrestling is something special. I feel like it's not like any other sport because, such as yourself, legacies are remembered years later and celebrated. Where younger generations go back and to learn about the people of the past and the legends. So as you like, I know you're going to signings and people had said stuff to you, and people online are you talking on your other posts. At some point, like I don't know what people are saying that your role was actually COO, but is there a point where you step back and say, listen, this is affecting my legacy personally? Like,
Yeah, well,
Like, how are we going to fix this?
so I took that role when we decided we were going to try to make it big and get some heavy sponsors involved, and then I took that role because I understood what it took, I understood the ins and outs of the whole production process and what we had to go through, and I could wrap my head around it. So I took that role when we formed uh, a a like an umbrella company. It was called Boomerang, and that's what I took the role of COO for. And we were again, had great cap tables and things put together, and things that could show a path where we saw being able to take all this thing. And again, for whatever reason, for my time and my piece in there, it just moon and stars weren't lining up. And again, I woke up one morning and kind of did a health check. I said, there's certain things that I'm supposed to avoid at this mature stature in my life, and stress is like the number one thing. And
Yeah.
I could get up in the morning, have my cup of coffee, be taking a break from my day job, and read something on social media and feel my blood pressure like go like right off the roof. I said, I've survived really, really bad things. And I said, I'm subjecting myself to something that this isn't a paid gig. This isn't doing anything positive. If anything is causing me detriment, why am I getting up day and setting myself up for, thank you, give me another one. Give me another one. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I'm not. You can still send them. I'll just block you, and we'll go on. But I'm not the answer, and I just want the people to know that, hey, I gave it all I had, and I've learned a lot in the process. And again, that's some great people, and I think if it's physically possible to do, Steve's not going to let a rock get unturned that might give him the resources to take this thing home, get it over this hump, and I'm not I never say never about anything. I always say, well, I would just never do that again. I'm not even going to say that. If they were to get healthy and have a base and have the wherewithal to do things, I wouldn't have a problem being associated with them in the future. But I can tell you today, Magnum is having to take care of the fam, take care of mama, take care of the kids, and take care of myself so I can take care of them.
Absolutely.
Absolutely, because family first, always. Like,
Yeah.
we know that. But like I said, wrestling fans, as you know, they're so passionate. It's just a crazy.
It's crazy too because the wrestling fan, the masses of fans are make up like 98% of the people that I really interact with, whether it's at events or anything else. I could go to an event and literally talk to 1,000 people, and only 2 or 3 of them be action figure collectors, and really even know anything about anything to ask anything or whatever.
Yeah.
But so it's like this little this little speck in the grand scheme of things, but it makes the most noise when something's wrong. And
No, absolutely.
I realized that out of all involved, that by endorsing and supporting and lending my name to, you open yourself up to to that kind of scrutiny. And so I try to laugh about it as much as I can, but it's not because I don't care. Because I mean, honestly, I don't want to see anybody lose a nickel, let alone somebody that's got 200, 300, 500, $1,000 out there on something that's their love and their passion. That they're wondering, is that going to happen?
Yeah.
And I guess by kind of coming out in verbalizing the things I'm saying, the be crystal clear. This was never a money grab, run and gun and go situation. the hours, the countless hours, and the investment and the time that has been put in this from, probably as many as 10, 12 different people, from designers to you name it, been involved with this thing. This is was not some small little just second thought kind of thing. The effort's gone in, or what you got to have to do something successfully.
Yeah.
The only missing equation piece is having, again, the money to pay forward to do it. And even, like, if a Kickstarter, could have raised millions of dollars, then that'd been great. But this was, that's literally what. If anybody came to me today and say, "Hey, what is it going to take for me to get in the action figure business and do it successfully?" I tell them, if you don't have a couple $1 million to go get started, you need to, take your dream and just keep dreaming it, because you're not going to go anywhere.
Absolutely.
You talk about the Kickstarter, but a pre-order is the same thing, because you're getting the money up front to make the figures.
It's not though. It's not the same, because you're typically, so if you only sell, say, 1,500 pieces of something, so that's about almost a fourth of what you really need to sell to make all that steel cost and all that design cost and all the everything else that goes along with, and all the support people that work with it, because nobody does anything for free. If I ever hear somebody say, "Oh, well, you just your time is your investment," well, I got news for you. When you get to be our age, time even becomes more valuable. If you want to come get me to charge you something by the hour, it's going to be way greater than what I would have charged you in my 30s.
Yeah.
I realize that time in your 60s and 70s is way more precious to you than just being frivolous with it. So,
100%.
the pre-order, if you had a base of 10, 20,000 people that you could go to, and you had built that organically over time, that might would take you to a point, but it would still not support or take away from the need of running that online store.
Gotcha.
Like Ringside Collectibles. I mean, we would have had the same capability of Ringside Collectibles, but it would have been our product.
Right.
I mean, we could have made, the Remcos, the Ultras, the Galoob stylization, which they had that as well. I know Steve's made inroads into Hasbro, and could do the same thing with the Hasbro stylization. So, but again, every time you say something like that, money goes along with it. There's a percentage you're going to pay somebody for a licensing agreement to put that caveat on it. And will it really make you have the ability to sell that many more? Maybe yes, maybe no.
Yeah.
So,
You never know.
And a pre-sale sounds like, the way you explained it, it's a trap, because you're promising people a product, but you don't know, again, how many you're going to sell. And if you don't sell enough, well, we're going to have a situation like we have right now.
Yeah, if anything, and again, if money were not a thing, a pre-sale should not have a dollar attached to it. I mean, it could have a commitment. You could say, when ready to ship, I got a card you can hit, something like that. That'd be fine, and then you'd have an indicator. If you opened up a pre at a certain price, that they could lock in that price. And then when it did become available, they get it for that price. But somebody else may pay $5-10 more for it. That the buy it now kind of thing. So you could make it kind of exciting. You could also make it a way to measure interest, where you'd see if you put had one really hot person in a group that you put out there, and you saw, well, hey, if I got people this interested 6-8 months out. And I get 2,000-3,000 people signing up for it, then I can probably sell another 2,000-3,000 over time if I just do it. And you can make educated decisions. But I again, I'm not a fan of anybody thinking that they're actually financing your business, when in reality they're putting money out there, but it may not be enough to even pay for the stinking moles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's a lot, and it's very informative for the people watching and stuff like that. But I did want to put a time frame on something when you did the boomerang thing and you took over for the brief time. That was after the pre-orders, correct?
Oh yeah, no,
Yeah,
that was in 2025, and and we did that under the guys, and I was the COO. Steve was the CEO.
yeah,
He's still the president, and that was not. If we'd all started this thing with idea of building something this big, there have been a lot of things everyone would have had to lay out on the table to have seen a critical path that was achievable, and how you go about doing that, because it takes support, it takes people to work your social media, it takes people to answer the customer service line.
yeah,
It may all those things are you got to make fans out of your customers by good communication, good service, timely delivery, and the best quality product they can get for their money. That's is knows, that's been the secret to success, the secret sauce for 100 years.
yeah.
No mysteries there. Just put together the purse strings that back it, and then manage it like a business.
Yeah, I mean, it's a shame. Again, you and Greg got involved, and this happened. Nobody expected this to happen. I don't know if it's just a poor business plan or what, but I hope he could come up with the money because, like I said, the tariff thing came along later, and I know it just sounds like he didn't have a well laid out plan for the whole thing to make sure people were going to be getting their product.
And I'd even say not necessarily a plan. I'd say it was just maybe a hiccup here or there, and then it just derailed the whole thing. And it only takes one iceberg to sink the Titanic.
The first hiccup was there was misinformation that came from our inside group telling us when when everything was going to be ready from the factory's perspective, and none of the dates were for real.
Yeah,
I mean, so just to give you again a little insight. So, but this was before I peeled the onion back that far, and I'd never seen one email communication between us and the factory and what was going on. We skinned the cat, got rid of the issue that caused that problem. We brought in a gentleman with years of industry experience, and he took the lead on communicating with the factory, and he was able to unravel all the spaghetti and find out why, and oh no, and no, that wasn't ever said, and and I was copied on all that chain of communications, able to see it black and white, and the factory is a world class factory that we've seen the product they make, but nobody is any better than your ability to set expectations and organize your whole plan of what you're doing. And we assumed things were going on, and that is a really bad place to be in leadership.
yeah,
Assuming that other people who are in a supposed partnership role have completely dropped the ball or not plugged in, and make everybody look bad at the end of the day. But again, it comes back to that very first step. The very first little band of Indians who got together just wanted to do a Kickstarter and do 6 or 12 figures, and all of a sudden, you know, I'm in Steve's head. I'm talking with him. We're looking at the possibilities, and now we're looking at having a full blown toy company, and needing attention, strong attention 5 days a week, and communication needing to be spot on and and transparent for everybody in the organization to see, and that just wasn't happening. So
yeah,
so to your point, yeah, you've got to always point it back to management at some point in time because it wasn't running itself, and and again, I tried to come up to speed as quickly as I could, and definitely you know could have taken some missteps out of the equation very early on, if I'd had that kind of understanding from the get go. But this was just kind of an allure for me in the beginning, and it's something that had a real potential to it, and some potential to help my friends.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Get some royalties and get some recognition and things that they so sorely deserved. And so I saw it as a win-win, but I didn't see the backside of what could happen. To your point, what one misstep, one iceberg below the surface could do to that whole thought process and totally, for all practical purposes, derail it, and the machine has just ceased to move for 15 months.
Yeah.
So,
No,
so
it's a lot, and it's like you especially, your intentions are very, very pure and very good. You're trying to help out the talent that's involved in this and all that, but it's I feel so much for these people because I have no horse in this race whatsoever. I love the PowerTown Series ones; they looked great. I didn't buy one of them, but like I feel so bad for these people that put up hundreds and hundreds of dollars. And it's like
yeah.
I wish there was a way you could fulfill the pre-orders with good intentions. Like it sucks because
Yeah.
it's I feel
And
bad for these people.
yeah, and I think that's I think that's the 100% focus and the goal, of the team that's still out there, pushing this hard. I was just thinking in my head, so we had six figures in one. There's 9 in Remco's. There's 6 more in 2 and 4 in T&A, and all that steel's cut.
Yeah.
So you say that real fast and think about what it represents, and
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
people are going, well, where is this? They think this thing just squirts out of a little machine on the end, it ought to be good to go. It is so stinking complicated. You would think it wasn't a toy. I mean, it's just absolutely nuts.
Well, it's a lot of work that goes into it, and it's one of the underestimated parts of the whole thing. And it's like again, if there was a better business model laid out to begin with, things would be completely different. Probably we wouldn't even be here talking about this, right? And that's the thing. And my hope is that I hope everybody eventually gets what they want out of this, either their
100%.
money back, their toys. I listen. I've been collecting figures my whole life, been a wrestling fan my whole life. Nothing's more disappointing than when something doesn't go the way it was presented to you, no matter what outlet you're looking at it from. And yeah, I mean, I really hope Steve picks up the pieces on this and picks up the pacing on it too, because these guys have been waiting for. I mean, I just like you. I'll wake up, I'll have my coffee, I'll look at my phone, and I'll see some of these comments, and I'm like, "Yeesh," and I like, well, but I feel for the people that did pre-order and put their money into it, because if it was a Kickstarter, it'd be a little bit more understandable the time frame and stuff like that. But I feel the leg of the wording pre-order got everybody's hopes up that it wasn't going to be something that was drawn on, and again, not like you were the guy like on the computer typing, we're going to make it a pre-order and all this stuff. Like I hope people understand that you're not
pre-order.
Yeah, but I hope people understand that like you're not sitting here like Scrooge McDuck with your big vault of PowerTown toys and gold coins like.
And I'll say this,
No,
I don't
I'm
know.
not.
If you talk to Steve, he has an open invite to come and discuss this on here and talk to the people anytime he wants, and
Yeah.
try and get some positivity out there, get us to believe that they're actually going to get them. Because like I said, a lot of people like me, we're working class people. We have hundreds, if not thousands of dollars invested in this. I was so excited for the Remcos. Like the Missing Link Remco popped me the most. I've never had a Missing Link figure. So, at this point,
Yeah,
we're just hopefully we just want to get these in hand and help people understand that you are not the responsible party for this. We just want the best for everybody out there in the wrestling world, in the wrestling figure world. We're just fans, just like everybody else. So,
well, guys, thank you for having me on, and I will pass that word along to Steve that he has an open invite, and hopefully he'll have some great news to share with everybody in the upcoming weeks, and you guys would be a great forum for him to jump on and do that. So, like I said, he's got more energy than most 30-year-olds I know.
Well,
if anybody's going to be tireless to see this thing done, he's going to be the daggone ever ready bunny out there beating the drum trying to get this straightened out.
Yeah.
I cannot thank you for giving us an hour of your time tonight, and to try and help sort the situation out and help people get a little understanding of what is going on. It is really appreciated. We wish nothing but the best for you. We hope for more Magnum T.A. figures in the future. So
Always.
thank
Who
you
doesn't want a
so
Magnum
much.
T.A. figure? Come on.
Thank you very much, guys.
Have a
Appreciate
good
it.
one.
Thank you.
Wow.
Yeah.
There's a whole lot of information to digest there. But number one, the Remcos are done and just waiting to be shipped. So, I hope that we get them.
Yeah. It's a loaded thing. And listen, it takes a lot to go into it, but also at the same time, you should never dip your feet in the water if you don't have your swimming trunks on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
I feel like
Absolutely.
the Kickstarter thing was, I'd like to talk to Steve.
Listen to me. I'll tell you this right
Listen.
now. And this is for all the people in the chat too. Like, I'm not going to attack Magnum. This was not his baby. You get me Steve in here, and I am throwing high heat at him, man. I am not going to take it easy.
Guys, everybody in the chat, I do want to say, I know we were dodging. We weren't necessarily dodging.
We found out that the steel is cut. We got some good information out of him.
Well, I do want to say this and this is not a slight at Steve, because I do want to talk to Steve about this, but I feel like pre-orders happened, shit went awry, and Steve was like, all right, we're just going to leave it as it is and put it down. And that's miscommunication all over the place. I've seen the comments about Hell Hanley. Listen,
yeah,
we are on that side of the, like, we're with you. I'm with you guys. I didn't pre-order. I'm with Tom. I'm with, all of you on this, but like, to go into it with haste and be,
when it's not his fault. Like there's only so much he could have done. Steve is the one who's in. Give me Steve.
Listen, that's why I said
I'm not going to attack Steve. I'm going to give him a chance to tell his story, but then I'm coming back with hard-hitting questions. Like, where's the money?
Why didn't you do a Kickstarter?
He had mentioned where the money, that money went to other things, but it is what it is. And again, it's I'm not going to blame Magnum.
Sorry, I see Russell's
wrong guy.
It's all here. But yeah, listen, man, it's. How old did Magnum say he was? I mean, it's not like he's a 40-year-old business guy that's got the cups of, a figure factory behind him and all this stuff. It's a lot to do. And I don't know.
I mean, the guy did not have to come out here and spend an hour of his time with us. And if you go back and you listen objectively, he did give us some information. He really did.
I do, but I also agree with you. It sounds like there was some embezzling going on, but not on Magnum's behalf.
No, Magnum never got paid $1. How crazy is that? But again, he just was trying to champion a great idea of a company.
Wrestling's a crazy business, guy.
Listen, it wouldn't be wrestling without all this, would it? Like, come on.
Absolutely. But it was still
wrestling's a niche in its own, and then you take the figures, and that's just a whole another level of niche.
Yeah, and I'm waiting over 6 months for pre-order sucks and shouldn't be happening. But I don't know. I get the steel cutting thing. If he's just saying these toys are sitting in a factory in China.
Remcos are done.
No,
he said the Remcos are done.
Yeah.
He said the other figures have just had steel cut.
These are done.
Yeah.
I know. Yeah, I'm dropping a bunch of stuff, but like, these are done. They're in here.
Yeah. You know what? It's time to lighten the mood a little bit.
Let's lighten the mood.
Let's get to our real main event of this.
It's time
Joining us. What am I doing? I'm drunk. I'm not really drunk.
Man.
I'm getting us all over. Mike, introduce the guy.
Ladies and gentlemen, no stranger to the FigGuys, no stranger to our community. He makes all the magic happen.
It's Magic T.A.
It's Magic T.A. with better beard and hair. I don't know how he does it, but what's up, Magic? Thank you for coming on, FigGuys. We missed you. We love you. It's good to see you again, man.
You guys, thanks for having me. Glad to see you guys. Got the Danhausen merch.
Yeah.
Ooh, Danhausen merch.
Pretty
Wow.
good. Yes, very nice. We're loving the Danhausen, man. I just every time I see you, and I just think about like all these characters you got to work on, and then you get to work on them again. It just makes like the heart. It's like the gun to the Grinch. It grows 3 times too big, and then I got to go to the emergency room. But yeah, man, it's Danhausen's. It's so awesome to see him in WWE. It's a trip. It really is. Every week, I'm like mind blown. Yeah. And it's such a good job. Oh, it's just my love.
We have another run-in. Are you ready?
It's time for the
Welcome back to the show. Action Figure Attack. Steve Ozer.
Hello.
What's
Hello.
up, Steve? How are you doing?
I am home. I just arrived home.
Yeah.
Nice.
Welcome home.
Well, we know it's Road to WrestleMania season. The most exciting time for a wrestling fan of the year, right? And a wrestling figure fan, because we know at the World we're gonna be getting some sneak peeks at new figures. How's your planning going for the World? Are you guys ready?
No,
Nothing new.
we're getting ready. We're almost there. We're going to pack the truck soon, maybe in a week or so. But yeah, it's coming together. It's going to be awesome as always. But yeah, these things can sometimes come down to the wire because we want to show you the latest and greatest, right? So everything Magic and Bill and John get in. We want to make sure it's ready to go and licensor approved or close enough to show you. And then, maybe we can do some other fun things like perhaps a panel or something else.
So that actually might be something that comes in the day before that you're like, oh, let's take that and bring it. Like, wow, that's so cool. So we're getting really the latest information when it comes at these events.
Yeah, we rarely hold back unless there's some sort of reason we have to. We really show you things very far in advance. Like a lot of stuff from Comic-Con last year hasn't even hit yet. So, it really can't be said that we're not transparent with the amount of things that we show you and how far out we show you stuff.
Oh, that's really cool. Like I just found a Wyatt 6-pack, and that was shown. Was that at the World last year, or was that at Comic-Con? But
it was a prototype at the World, and then final version at Comic-Con.
And what a great! I'm loving the 3-packs because on my display, I could just put these 3-packs on display. I don't have to open them. They look great. The packaging, it's just a display piece. I love it all.
I love the way you say packaging.
Is my Staten Island accent coming out here? I don't even know. So,
He's right though. The packaging is great. It's beautiful. I love a good multi set. We've been spoiled this year. It feels like with Piper's Pit and the Wyatt 6 and all this stuff. Like it's just the best. I really love it.
I think those we can attribute to John Awesome, packaging designer on our team. Yes, that's his name, John Awesome. So come say hello to him at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Ooh, he'll be out. I will definitely, because I love the package and it makes my displays look so much better. I just have all my 3-packs and 4-packs just all displayed along each other above my entertainment center now, where all my Yankee memorabilia used to be.
Yeah.
But we don't win World Series anymore, so that's okay. There's a monopoly in town. We won't talk about that, Magic.
You're all good.
By the way, for the record, I'm not the Steve that was just talked about. So please don't direct any of that messaging.
No negatives towards you. You're the good Steve. No.
Oh no, I'm sure the other Steve maybe. So I'm not hating on him. I just don't want any of that messaging coming my way.
I'm sure he's a great person, and that's what I said. We're all just here to try to help all the information fly through and get some answers for people and happiness situation. I just want everybody to be happy all the time, man. Come on.
So as you get ready for the reveals coming up, do you get excited to say, oh, I can't wait to see the reaction to this? Or is there anything special like do you get like the butterflies, like you can't wait to see what people are going to think of these reveals, or maybe first times in the line?
I think for me that comes as we're developing them. and I know, like, you know you have a surefire like wow thing in your hands when even at the concept when me and Magic or Bill or John like align on something and we're like, this is the one that's gonna drive people crazy. So I think that's the moment where I get that, and then it's building towards it to the eventual reveal. But I don't know about Magic when he starts to feel that way.
I think there's a lot of stuff I definitely get excited about. There's stuff now I'm working on that we're hoping to reveal that I think like as I'm doing it, I'm like making sure like it's good. And I'm like putting a lot more hours into it than I would if it was like at a longer timeline,
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's a lot of that. Just trying to make sure we do something really fun for you guys and like it's a good reveal.
Magic's trying to My Damn Toys proof his figures.
That's a hell of a feat right there. It's awesome. I listen. You guys are planning like 3 or 4 elite waves, all Danhausen, all different attires, all different cursing poses and stuff like that.
I think every figure in 2027 will be Danhausen. Every
just the
single
face
one.
paint,
a box
right?
set, 6-pack Danhausen, all the same. But
I'd love it.
Yeah.
Different Looney Tunes themed faces.
Listen, nobody wants to be cursed, right? So you see what's happening to the Miz. You saw what happened to Dom. So there's got to be a Donovan Danhausen figure, or else you're going to be doing that New Day "You Are Cursed" dance around the. Dude, it's so good to see him in WWE, and just those couple of minute backstage segments are just so hysterical. And did you hear the pop he got at Madison Square Garden last night when he appeared on the screen? How crazy is that?
It's great. For those of us who knew him or were familiar with him, I think we knew as soon as he got on the mic and started to do his thing in WWE, like he would win everybody over instantaneously. And that's exactly what happened. So I'm so happy for him. Magic, you worked on some of his figures, perhaps, right?
From a distance. I didn't directly work on him, but we worked with him. And that's one thing I really like about him. He's really giving and he really is involved and wants to make good figures and he wants to be a part of it and wants to like, get good products of himself out there.
Yeah,
so that was really fun. He's a really collaborative guy, and
that's
he
cool.
really cares about these things much as we do.
That's to me,
that's fabulous.
I love seeing a guy who loves their figures and are into the figures. To me, like that just hits differently when somebody really appreciates it. Like there's been so many we've seen, like Ricky Starks. Always look at Ricky Saint. Sorry, I don't know who Ricky Starks is.
Who's
I don't know either. Yeah,
but he loves his figures. And these guys, we saw Ethan Page last year in the booth come over to check out his first figure. Like that, it just hits different seeing that and to see how much it means to these people seeing their figure for the first time. So
I can't wait for a WWE Danhausen figure in any form. I did want to ask you, Magic, because he is such an expressive character. Are you going to find it more difficult this time around to like kind of get some of these crazy faces he's been making? And like I feel like there's such a Looney Tunes vibe to him in WWE, and I love it. But like that's one thing I'm paying attention is a lot of his facial reactions, and how when the crowd does go off, he's got his tongue out, he's all over the place. Is that going to be challenging for you on a design aspect?
Oh, no, we just gave them all neutral heads when we did it.
Just
yeah. I really love he comes out with a microphone that's attached to his head.
Yeah,
like Zumba instructor or something.
Oh, it's perfect. It like literally is. It's one of the best things. Like every week, sitting down with the family. This has been the most my kids have sat with me and watched wrestling in the last 5 years, and it's been the best. Like I absolutely love it.
Magic, there was a great question in the chat, and it's something I've always wondered for people like yourself or Bill. But have you ever just designed a figure for yourself that you knew wouldn't get released because you wanted it?
Like in an official capacity or like on my own time?
No, like on your own time.
Not really. I mostly just do work, and when I'm done with it, I want to leave that behind. I'll do other stuff. I'll play my piano or make music on my computer or something.
Oh, that's cool.
Good hobby to have. I like music.
So you don't have like little magic figures of yourself, like okay.
Not much, to be honest.
I've seen that. There's a designer at the office who prints hundreds of small action figure size heads of himself and places them around the office. So
okay, so let's talk a little LJNs. I'm loving the response we're getting to the LJNs. Is it can't seem to find them in the Target. Every time I go to Target, they're not there. Is the response as good as it seems? Is it like they seem to be uber popular right now? People are loving LJNs.
Yeah, they're doing great. Wave 1 pre-sold like gangbusters and did big business over the holidays. Wave 2 pre-orders sold out. And they're starting to trickle in to retail now. So we won't get a full read on that until they hit like a saturation point. But they're selling out as soon as they hit. They're not hanging around. So yeah, they're doing really well. So we're happy with how they're doing, and they're sticking around.
Yeah, that's awesome to hear. Loving everything. I got the Stone Cold in hand the other day, and this is like the greatest, most perfect LGN thing ever. Like, it's just the pose, everything about it is just it's so cool to see Stone Cold in this style, like officially, on the card and everything. Like, amazing, absolutely amazing. So can't wait to get the rest of them in hand once they kind of trickle through Chicago a little bit more.
Right. Magic, did you help with Austin at all?
He was right before I jumped on. I started with wave 3, so wave 3 is gonna be the first wave I had to put out.
Oh, nice.
I helped in the sense where I like looked at it and said, "Oh yeah, this is good." But
That's Stone Cold. I like it. All right.
Is it different working on an LJN compared to how is it different to working on a regular Mattel? Speaking of Magnum T.A, the figure I just happen to have here from you guys, is it a major difference working on like a figure like that?
yeah, absolutely. There's a lot more to it in a weird, strange way. It's simpler, but it's more complex in a weird way. It's more complexity to make it simple, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I hope it does.
Can you explain a little bit?
Yeah, it's just like it's one solid piece. Usually, we're trying to do so, we're trying to fake it so it looks like one solid piece. There's that, and then if you're painting it, like usually for molded parts, like we could mold it in one color, mold it in 2 colors, like get a lot of different hits. But these ones we're molding usually all in one color, so we're painting most of it. So it's like a lot more deco than it looks like. So that thing would be all painted versus a Elite John Cena, which would be mostly molded.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's a lot of complexities in trying to hide the seams or trying to hide different things like that and reduce the tooling. And it's all new tools every time. So there's also that. So different.
Yeah, it was a really long and detailed development process at the very beginning to try to get it right between the right type of plastic / rubber and modern manufacturing methods being quite different than how they were produced in the 80s. And I think Bill Beneke specifically, he was our design manager at the time. He did a fantastic job getting really, really close to the originals.
Dude, they're so, I mean, I'm going to put them over. Those are the big rubber guys. Being a 51-year-old guy, the nostalgia when I get all these figures in, I can't even tell you how much it means to me. I'll tell you, when I hadn't seen Series 1 on a shelf. When I walked in and I saw Series 2 on Target shelf, I had tears in my eyes. I felt like 7-year-old me. Like I went back to being a kid and walking into Toys R Us and seeing them on the shelves. And it's just like a euphoria feeling I cannot even explain. And I see so many other people that just feel the same way. And I'm realizing there's a lot more collectors my age out there. Mm-hmm. So it's just so cool to see, like, because I knew I always loved them, but seeing them get the love that I've always had for them, I can't even tell you how much I love that, how much it means to me, because I'm an LJN kid.
What I was like too is that I don't know if you guys saw the video of that kid opening one for Christmas and just going nuts.
The kid shaking,
that was so cool to see. Especially like these are popular with kids now, so it's like adults and kids somehow.
It's so cool. Like even me, like I wasn't like LJN wasn't my line, but like seeing them in store, it's like you get this rush of like warm fuzzies and all the nostalgic like vibes and stuff, and it's so. It's almost surreal. Like you're looking like it's almost like you took a time machine back to the toy aisle of the early days and got to see it on the shelves for the first time. And I'm like, I love it. And it's so cool to see the new characters mixed in with it as well. Like, cause I'm all for like, remaking the originals, but like seeing a Stone Cold or like even the, John Cena's, it's so like, it's just, it doesn't click properly. I'm just like, wow, we're living in this wild times of just being the best collecting for everybody.
Is there a formula for each series, or will there be like for one modern guy, one remake, and then 2 legends?
Yeah.
or is it just go by series by series?
Yeah, so we worked with WWE on, what collectively everyone thought the right formula was, and we kind of landed with loosely, right? And some of these can swap out for other types, like a repro,
Reproduction.
80s, an 80, yeah, reproduction figure. Thank you, Magic. An 80s or early 90s character talent who wasn't in the original line but debuts in LJN for the first time. Notable legend like Steve Austin, John Cena, etc. And then some sort of pop culture tie-in type superstar. So Logan Paul in the first wave, Jesse Ventura in the second wave, and somebody else in wave 3.
I thought you were going to spoil it or reveal it.
I was gonna spoil it, but
Maybe in 2 weeks.
maybe in 2 weeks. That could be. We hope.
Maybe. I'm just trying to get the hype train rolling here. We got WrestleMania is a big time. All right.
I love the redone Jesse that you kept the original pose, and yet you redid it. And to me, it's beautiful. I love it.
Yeah, and I think that was fortunate because he fell into that pop culture slot, so that gave us a little freedom with the rules to be able to redo him there. And the reception to him has been fantastic. So I think it was absolutely the right call to revamp that Jesse. And hopefully in time, once we get through a lot of the repros, we can revisit new versions of some of the talent that appeared in the original line.
That'd be
That's
really
amazing.
cool. Yeah, I would love to see it.
That's amazing. I just saw it today on one of the Facebook groups, LJN Facebook groups, because there's so many out there and I'm in all of them. But somebody just noticed on a Chase poster, like you guys are on it. Could talk about the Chase poster at all?
Yeah, so there was an ask to do some variants, different types of variants. So we did that through the black card packaging and through different types of, just to make it more fun to collect, to get people out there excited and buying a couple multiples hopefully, and seeing if they could collect each of the posters. So just to change it up, from your traditional LJN style poster where it had that Rockefeller style artwork, we went ahead and used the Coliseum collection artwork for just another variant, another fun variant. And that could change up in the future as well. We might take different approaches with those Chase posters, but at least for the first couple of waves, that was it.
This
That's
so
cool.
And I
love
wasn't
it.
even going to collect the posters until I opened Series 2, the black cards, and I got 3 out of the 4 Chase. And I'm like, now I got to look for the other one. So now you got me there, Steve. And don't let Bellcaster fool you. He's all in because he's getting a black card, a blue card, and one to open.
I don't know what you're talking about.
He's all in on this line.
No,
like me.
what do you mean?
So-
I got my pile of LJNs back here, just sitting and hanging out with me. But
and the packaging is so amazing. It's so sturdy.
I am in love with how good these pop on the collection itself. Because you got a nice plethora of good toys back here, but like the LJN Dusty that I got back there looks so good. But like this is so cool to see on the shelves. You turn that aisle, you instantly know if you're catching them. And like there's a rush that you can't replace. It's so good. But these are so well done. Like for somebody that's never got a chance to hold LJN on card until these popped up. So this it's like I said, it's very surreal.
You poor boy, Mike.
And it is. I trust me.
It's just like a viscerally fun form factor. Like there's just certain toy lines that when you have it in hand, it just like takes you back in time. Like I think Masters of the Universe does that, like WWE Superstars line, and I think this does that too. It's just like that's a toy, like you're holding it, it's a toy, and it's like the 80s all over again.
Yeah, it's one of those things. It's like it's not overcomplicated. It's very there. It's colorful. You pick it up, you're just like, yeah, this is great. I love this.
All right, we do a segment on the show weekly called the Ringside Roundup. What do you say we go over the Ringside Roundup for this week right now and talk about some of the new releases that were announced for pre-order today, guys.
Cool.
Ooh.
We got to play the bumper, right?
You gotta
Or
play the
else
bumper.
John will cut us off.
Ringside. Roundup.
All right, the Ringside Roundup is brought to you by Ringside Collectibles. When you're done listening to us talk about all the wrestling figures we're about to talk about, head on over to wrestlingfigures.com. Place yourself a big-ass order, and when you go to checkout, use the code FigGuys, 7 letters, 1 word, FIGGUYS. Well, obviously,
Yeah.
right now, it is the road to WrestleMania, so what would Ringside be without a road to WrestleMania sale?
Yeah.
So all this stuff, go check it out. There's amazing stuff online. I know I need to place an order. I'm a little behind on a couple of things, but today they're going to announce new figures. Elite 127 featuring Sami Zayn, John Cena, Bronson Reed, Alexa Bliss, Nathan Frazier, and JC Mateo.
Stacked lineup.
It is a stacked lineup. We're getting a couple first time in the lines here, right? Well, Nathan Frazier and JC Mateo.
Yeah. I'm still in denial that like John Cena doesn't actively wrestle. So like
I just heard he's gonna be at WrestleMania, Mike. I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't well hey. But it's like he's the legend of the line. Like it's a weird kind of transition, isn't it? Like I know he's been around and he was still active like 6 months ago, man. Breaking my heart over here. No, this is awesome. It's such a solid set. Can't wait to get JC Mateo. He looks very toyetic in that picture. You can feel his soul in his eyes right there. So I'm pumped for this.
So yeah, I would expect to see these figures in physical form at WrestleMania. I'm not going to say that for everything, but for a couple of things here, I would think we would have these ready to show you at WrestleMania, I hope.
And the first new Elite Alexa Bliss in a while, so I bet.
Yeah. She came back at Royal Rumble last year, so she's back in the Elite line. And just circling back to Cena, he's been the gift that keeps on giving with his shirts last year. So yeah, more of that, John. He's coming to WrestleMania, hosting WrestleMania. Please have different shirts for every appearance on the show. Love that.
I'm here for it. Do you think he's gonna, be back in the jorts and the t-shirt, or do you think he's showing up in a suit and tie?
He said no more jorts.
He said no more jorts, but you can wear a t-shirt with dress pants.
You can.
That is true.
I could see, the Thugonomics coming back out, a pair of Jankos and a nice button up on them. But it's exciting, man. It's gonna be crazy to see Cena doing the hosting gig this year, and it's very awesome.
I'm just excited that we're seeing him still be involved so soon.
Yeah,
I thought it might be like The Rock, where he just disappears for a couple of years, but he's coming right back and honoring his roots, and I love it. And I feel like Cena was somebody we didn't realize how much we loved him until he was gone, and even not now. But when he started taking time off and doing all those movies, like it was like I was never the biggest Cena guy until he was gone, and I'm like, wait a minute, like he really was the guy that kept this going for the last 20 years.
Are you saying that Daniel Bryan was right and the fans are fickle?
Fickle.
I mean, wrestling fans fickle? Get out of here. I can't believe that.
I never heard that in my life.
We're getting Ultimate Edition 32. Featuring Stone Cold Steve Austin, Jacob Fatu, and Jake the Snake.
Right. These were shown at New York Toy Fair, so refer back to those images to see what you're going to get as action figures. It is not Born Again Jake. It is WrestleMania 7 blindfold match Jake.
I'm stoked for blindfold match Jake. So this is a good thing. I think it looks fantastic. So
I cannot wait for that.
Yeah,
we need a new Rick Martel to go with that, though.
I wish.
Yeah, do we all?
Absolutely, the Rick the model. All right, let's move on. Defining moments, Uncle Howdy.
Awesome.
Howdy, yeah.
Hey.
So he was released as an elite within the box set, and that was your box set, right, Magic?
Yes, sir.
Why am I talking about this one? Tell us about it.
This box set?
Yes,
that one.
That exact one. So what we did this time is added a few more hands, added a lantern to it, so it's slightly different, but pretty similar to the first one. So if you didn't get a chance to buy it in the box set, you could buy it now through Defiant from Ringside.
I love the little improvements you make when you re-release something through Ringside, like through the From the Vault or whatever. Like you always make me have to go buy another one. Like it's like you know how to sell figures or something. I just don't get it.
Crazy.
Yeah. It's a beautiful thing. This I am so excited for, and I'm not even a big retro guy, but we got Retros Wave 3 2026 coming straight from Ringside Collectibles, but we're getting the great Muda in retro form. I'm over the moon. I know you guys showed it off on Ringside Live a few months ago, and it was so awesome to see, but like surreal. And not to take away from how awesome this set is, because this Rhea Ripley is a thing of beauty. It is a piece of art as it is, because it's so cool to see the retros in female form, because they I mean, this one especially looks completely like it's its own standalone figure. It could fit in her own special line. It's beautiful. I haven't been so stoked for a retro wave, and I don't think ever. So I'm pumped for this one. It looks great.
Maybe the most deco on a retro figure ever with that Rhea Ripley.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then Dirty Dom here. Double bicep action on the figure, which is super sick. And Muda's move we have to call out. It's called the Muda Buddha.
Ooh,
Muda,
I like
Buddha.
it.
I love the fact that we're getting modern day talent mixed in with the retros now. I love the Punk. I love that one with the Jesse Ventura set with Punk and Cody. But that's a great set as well. I love it.
Yeah, it's so cool. Love it. And I
Main
love this.
event 167. Stone Cold Steve Austin, Gunther, Jacob Fatu, Oscar, and Bill Goldberg. I just saw today this is Oscar's first main event figure.
It is Oscar's first main event figure.
Oscar the Grouch. No.
Yeah, Oscar the Grouch. So we finally identified a gear that we can afford at a $11.99, $12.99 price point. She's very challenging to make as an action figure, but we've always been on the lookout because we wanted to do a main event figure of her. And when John Lee, the designer, spotted the gear of this figure, he was like, "That is it. It looks great. We can do it," and he made it happen. And a little shout out to Steve Austin and Goldberg here. Thank you for your simplistic deco to help us out and make this wave possible. And Gunther, right?
Honorable mention for Gunther.
Yeah.
I was going to say, yeah. But this is for as awesome as the less deco characters are. It's going to be awesome to see Asuka make her main event debut here. I'm looking forward to seeing what she looks like and how it comes out. And it's the main events have been on the shelves here, which surprisingly, I don't really see them in person too often. They're usually not on the shelf. So I finally got to see the new Penta and everything in person, and it's a beautiful thing. So I'm excited for these, man.
You mean this, Mike?
Yes, that one right there. The blue looks so nice.
I honestly had no intentions of buying it till I saw it in Target, and I'm like, oh my, that has to come home with me.
Tom was doing the dance down the aisle. He was all stoked for it.
People are hunting that thing down. That is a sought-after figure. So
yeah,
it's
a beautiful figure. Yeah, absolutely.
And the mouth is a different mouthpiece than Magic's Defining Moments, so you can actually swap them.
That's cool.
That's
so you will be the mouth collector if you get both Pentas. I like it.
So my question, really quick. I know I've seen a lot of chatter about how hard it is to find the female basics or main events. Sorry, no such thing as a basic main events on the shelves in the stores. Is that any chance that'll be changing anytime soon?
Well, we're looking closely. In reality, overall, we're producing the right amount for the consumer demand for each type of figure that we make, whether it's female or mid-card talent or main event talent, wherever they lie. The problem is you can't always distribute them evenly to every store in the country. And what winds up happening sometimes, as we've seen, is one store gets a ton of cases and you see a huge end cap of main event figures. And then another location has nothing. So that's kind of where the flaw is in the system. We're aware and we're constantly trying to evolve, access to these figures, for lack of a better term. I don't know what that is exactly right now, but we're always trying to figure out a better way to do it. So we're aware. that it's a little bit tough right now. But the line is healthy, they're selling out, and it's in a good place. But we definitely have access to the figures and being able to reasonably find them in the back of our minds at all times.
Yeah.
And everybody can do what I do. Just head to Ringside, and they make it easy for you. Like, save your gas money. You don't have to drive. Save your time. Use the code FigGuys.
Deliver to your house.
Right.
Order to my house?
Is it the
Yeah,
breed?
right to Tom's house.
No, not to my house.
No, but you guys have been doing a great job with availability. I mean, with Mattel Creations this year, and Ringside, it's just everything seems very fluid, very easy access, as best as you possibly can, and it's been great.
And I appreciate that because, with my corporate answer that I just gave, telling the truth, but also, just being, delicate about the situation.
Yeah.
If you look year over year, especially over the last, 8 to 10 years, you can see like a lot of things have improved as far as availability is concerned. Walmart exclusives, Target exclusives available on Mattel Creations, available globally through Mattel Creations or practically globally. So, things are getting better. So these things take time, and we're always working on it, and we will get there. We will get there.
No, it's like I said, I will state it every show, and every show you're on, every show you're not on. This is the best time to be a collector. I feel like access to figures are better than ever nowadays. We're getting the top tier quality, product, which is fantastic, and it's there. Like, and you guys are delivering every time you announce something, and it's just great, man.
Yeah, and you just spent an hour talking about the complexities of running an action figure line, right?
Yeah.
So I think everybody's aware this isn't just I Dream of Jeannie, blink, and everything is fixed.
100%. Not unless we live in the Bajas.
Nobody watching got that reference, probably. Especially Patrick.
I
He's like,
did.
what?
Hold on. Where is it at, Mike? I did here.
Am I old? Yeah, I'm old.
See,
It's perfect.
Morocco, but that was the perfect drop for me.
See, you got to get it at least once an episode, Tom.
We got the main event showdown 28. CM Punk and Gunther. I would assume this is from their match last year at SummerSlam.
I don't know. Maybe I can tell you. Hold on.
It looks like
pull up a
it's
little
from
cheat sheet here.
last year from a match.
Ron
Possibly
Killings
SummerSlam.
and John Cena.
Tell me the wave again.
Main
28.
event showdown 28.
I don't know what Punk and Gunther is. It's not on my cheat sheet. Yeah, sorry guys.
Beautiful
I'm
gear,
hoping
though.
it's from last year's SummerSlam. I mean, if not, I'll pretend it is. Like,
Yeah.
and he has got Braun Breaker and Roman Reigns. In my household right now, my wife's a big Roman fan and I'm a big CM Punk fan. So we've been watching Raw on different sides of the couches right now because I'm not acknowledging anybody but the best in the world.
I'd be scared to be in that household during Monday Night Raw. I'll tell you that right now.
So, speaking of which, we were just talking about Mattel Creations, and just I believe it was just a couple of weeks ago. This went up for sale during your big Mattel.
I feel like me
reveal
and
event.
Magic need to hold them up too.
Oh,
I don't even know.
Dude,
Yeah.
I love. Hey, Magic has a John Cena figure. I love the packaging on this. I love everything about this. Like,
Yeah.
and the fact that you drop it and then it ships that week, like you just tease us like that. That's so much fun once in a while. But in the packaging, it just kind of reminds me of the what was it? The Unmatched Fury packaging. It's such a beautiful packaging.
It is.
I'll put it over all day long. But and again, unlike a lot of other people out there, I have my Build-A-Figure Doc Hendricks. So everybody's going, I don't have it. Well, that's why I buy every Build-A-Figure. See,
Yeah.
like you get me there too, Steve. But
who didn't hunt down Doc Hendricks to begin with? All right, dude, you're missing out.
In hindsight, if we could have afforded it, I would have liked to include at least the head, and then you could plop it on Sam Roberts' body or Howard Finkel or something. But what are you going to do? You can only include so much.
It's also, I mean, again, it's for the moment, but it is a Stone Cold 30th anniversary celebration figure, and it's Doc Hendricks could take the seat for the time being, and we could appreciate how beautiful this came out because it's an awesome figure, really is. And I loved the Mattel Creations reveal, event where you guys were showing it off, and it was awesome to turnaround time ordering it. It's here. Like, mine was like 4 days. I was like, oh wow, but it's very cool, man. It's good to cement these moments in figure form. I believe it's very important, and the fact that it's, 30 years. Stop me when I'm getting old, Tom. Don't play the bumper again, but. It's crazy that this was 30 years ago already. It's insane, but it's so cool to have the moment captured right here in figure form.
And I got to say, I just checked a chat, the sales chat for the item, and the info is not up to date as of today, but this figure is not going to last until the actual 30th anniversary of King of the Ring 96.
Wow.
So if you want it, don't sleep on it, because it's going to go.
You'll be paying secondary market prices, so head on over to Mattel Creations right now.
Yeah,
and I don't say that often. I don't speak that blatantly about something selling out. I think I did it for Comic-Con Shawn Michaels, like when there were like less than 1,000 units left. I'm like, this is it, guys. And people kind of scoffed at it, and then those same people came back when it sold out and said, "Are you going to re-release it again?"
This is for you, Brian Myers. This is for you.
So this is gonna go pretty soon.
That's crazy. Happy to hear though. It's like I said, it's a really cool piece to the collection, especially if you're a Stone Cold fan. This is perfect to take to the world and get signed at WrestleMania. Like it's a very beautiful window for the autograph here. So there's a lot of good possibilities besides just opening it, playing it, and displaying.
And it's a great multi-purpose throne.
Yeah, 100%.
100%. So you need to really buy two, which I did, because
I love that it comes with the chair he never sat in, the crown he never wore.
Yeah, but it works so well too, because you picture the moment.
You can wear it now and sit in the throne now in action figure form. More importantly,
you can recreate it, Magic.
Yeah. I like the right when you guys were showing it off, and I was in a group chat with people. We were talking about what if there was like a what if version where it's Triple H that came with the throne. And like how cool that would have been, and like the moment it was like we should display it like that. That would be a cool thing to do, Bring out the history of it.
Imagine Triple H doesn't get punished, and we never get this version of Steve Austin because of that. Like,
it's crazy.
The wrestling world is crazy. How so many things are like that, where something happened huge because they had a pivot, and I feel like that's when wrestling is at its best for some reason. But
like I love the on the fly,
and we've gotten so many great Steve Austin figures this year. We get the bloody head that I just got the WrestleMania 13 set from Mattel Creations, even though it's like I took a chance ordering it, but I needed any 3-box set that you guys are coming out with anyway. So I was a winner no matter what I got. But what a great set, Magic. Hats off to that Bret Hart scan, because it is absolutely amazing.
It came out really good. I was happy with that one.
Oh, it came out really good.
What I love it. Go ahead.
It's so good. Like I took a picture of it and posted it, and like the feedback, just hearing people like, "Wow, that's the best it's looked as a Bret Hart figure," and it really is. Came out great. Like the glasses are stellar. I love the screaming head scan. Like it's just so much character there for a guy who's he's a character himself, but he's not very expressive, in figure form. So it's good to see some livelihood on him.
What I like about that set is they all have soft goods, and it's all like really unique to them. Like,
I love the Austin's vest is it's like it feels like it was something missing from the line for so long, and like once you got it and you played around with it, it was like, man, this is like the perfect. I love posing them around. You get the vest flapping a little bit, like it's so good.
Do you remember the Elite WrestleMania wave that had WrestleMania 18 Scott Hall in it?
Yeah.
With the cinder blocks?
Yeah.
Yes.
That was supposed to be referee Ken Shamrock way back when.
No way. Wow.
Yep.
That's crazy.
That's how far back we've been. And maybe before that, but that's when I tried to get him into the line for the first time.
And what a great response to that figure. Like, what an iconic match that we finally have that. Like, again, that's another one I put up on my shelf to just as display because it doesn't even need to be opened.
I love this head scan too for Shamrock. It came out so like it just looks just like him. It's so awesome.
How tight that shirt is on him.
That's everything really like this. I mean, even if you bought 2 of these, you could sub this as your Shawn Michaels referee if you thinned them down a little bit. But it's so perfect, man, and it's awesome. The shirt looks great. I can't put over the non-Velcro on the shirts any more than it's one of the best things in the world. It works so well. So yeah, this is just great.
Magic, how much harder is it to work on my Staten Island accent? I just heard it. That was terrible. How much harder is it to work on a screaming head?
Harder.
Hotter.
How
much hotter is it? I feel like I'm watching Ted.
You can take the kid out of Staten Island, but you can't take the Staten Island out of the kid. All right.
I love it.
Is it a lot harder to work on the screaming heads?
It's not that hard.
It's not that hard.
Not that hard.
I thought it would be wicked hard.
Yeah.
Hey.
It's all fun.
Not the same.
Yeah.
Is it
Listen,
about the same?
it's cool.
Yeah, because I think once you get like a neutral expression, you get to modify it from there and like tweak it however you need to do it and work with the sculptors to get it where you need to go. And screaming is usually like there's more expression. I feel like it's more forgiving to do a screaming head because the likeness doesn't necessarily have to be exact. Or, if it's not as exact, you're not going to notice it because their mouth's distorted a little bit or your face is distorted. Versus the neutral, you're going to tell right away.
No, absolutely. I get that. It makes sense. It's crazy, but I did want to mention the other teases, and I know you guys don't got to deep dive into them, but you did tease some other things during the revealed event.
Did we?
Yeah, I remember seeing a certain guy named Jim that I was very happy to see.
Jimmy Uso?
Yes, Jim Duggan. Jimmy Uso too. There's so many good Jimmys
Jim Mitchell?
in wrestling. Jimmy Seafood. Tom loves Jimmy Seafood.
Oh, Jimmy's Famous Seafood in Maryland. Yeah, I keep telling the
my
major
God.
PogGuys to bring me back there. Let's have another event.
Yeah.
I was excited to walk into my Walmart this weekend and find brand new
nice.
Monday Night Wars Ultimate. Dude, this figure, all 3 heads, this figure's amazing.
It is.
I feel like, no pun intended, this is the ultimate DDP figure.
Ultimate squared.
Ultimate square. like this figure is amazing. I'm loving a Monday Night Wars line when I can find them. And thanks to my friends across the country, I've been finding them. But I did walk into Walmart this weekend and I did also find the latest, greatest hit set.
Ooh.
Oh,
I got-
SH apostrophe T. Asterisk T.
I got the Eddie Guerrero. I got the Steiner. Where's Rick Steiner?
Did you complete the set?
Yes. I did get the whole
Great
set.
set.
Billy Gunn.
Are you opening it?
He
You
should.
want me? I can open it. I
Fun.
always open.
Oh, you do?
I open these to Bill. Which one do you want to see?
I was
you do
going to
the build
say
again?
What are you going to say?
Magic said something.
Oh no! So did you already build the figure? You take the build-a-figure parts out already?
No, not yet.
That's what
need
I
to
was
be-
going to ask about.
I
You
think
gotta build Charles.
I was going to say there's
absolutely little Nate.
Little Nate needs some love. I seen somebody put the head on a Ric Flair, robes. I was so happy. I was like, that's what this is all for.
If we're gonna talk about stars of the set, though, this figure, holy smokes,
Crazy.
amazing Rick Steiner figure. I love this figure.
I can't get enough Rick Steiner figures, but this one. I mean, the first one was so good. This one's amazing. It's insane. The deco on this is crazy.
Who designed that?
I worked on those, but I think someone else technically designed. I just recolored it.
Magic.
Hey.
I think it's the best recoloring I've ever seen.
I
Honestly,
think it's my favorite right there. The soft good on that is so cool.
It looks
why
awesome.
don't we show it off?
Jersey.
Do
You
it.
almost can't see me. If I put another figure up, I'm gone. I got my.
That's when Donnie did the little H. That's what it was. Seen that in the chat.
I also
It's good.
loved how you moved the Build-A-Figures to the top of the box. So, like, if you do want to display it mint on card, like you're just showing the figure that's in there. I think that's a great touch as well. So,
Oh, he's doing it. He's cutting it open.
He's good.
oh yeah. I always have to build my figures. Like I don't know why. You can make a Build-A-Figure of Jameson, and I'm gonna have to buy 2 sets.
I mean, Jameson is a must if we could ever do him.
Sign me up for that. Absolutely. All right,
love
let's
it.
show off some roll up.
You were working on this last WrestleMania, right, Magic?
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, yeah, because Charles Robinson came up to us when we were setting up the booth. He
Yeah.
was asking about a figure, and I had the sculpt already started. I could have showed him, but I didn't want to spoil it.
We should have. He's been asking for a long time, and we just didn't have access to him. And I know there was like a little fan movement, like get Charles Robinson an action figure.
Yeah.
And we wanted it just as much, but now we can do Charles.
Yeah, it's hard to like. I just tell people ask him if they can make this guy because he's a producer there, and it's like there's some people just don't have merch deals, and like there's nothing you could really do about it. So it's not like you guys are bogarting a character from somebody. It's just like it's just not on the table, and you gotta play that card.
I don't think there's anybody that at least a decent amount of people would want that we haven't asked for.
Yeah,
multiple times.
It's good to hear. I mean, Charles Robinson is. I mean, he hasn't had a figure since Toy Biz, if you count that. I mean, unnamed ref.
Right.
So this is cool.
There we go. Look, I
It's
gotta put.
amazing.
Look at that jersey. Look at the details on this jersey.
I like how
Magic
tucked.
added a band at the waist,
Yeah.
so it's form fitted around his midsection.
it looks so legit.
I was thinking like you get like a tucked in look, so like you
Yeah.
can overlap it. It looks like it's tucked in and oversized.
It's great.
I
And
see.
underneath, you have another merch shirt underneath the soft goods.
Oh shoot! Look
It's
how
a good
cool
one,
that
too.
is.
Look at that.
Yeah,
Yeah, let's see it.
it's a great DX shirt too.
It really is. Holy smokes! So it's like a two. I need to get two now, Steve. Is that what you're trying to do?
You mean
I love it. This is
you
great.
could have him like taking the jersey off,
Mhm,
kind of, and pose him like that.
I see Goldberg in the chat saying you need a Charles Robinson from the vault so you could change the shirt. But if you just go buy an extra John Cone from Ringside, you could just swap the head, Goldberg.
Yeah.
What, do I got to teach you everything? I love this figure. I love it. I love the hat. So.
Tom loves the molded on accessories, which I'm starting. I just got the just found Hogan today. I haven't got a chance to open them yet, but I'm so excited to check out the shirt and everything in hand. Like this set is insane. It's like I'm really digging the change up on certain things, like the molded on, hands holding the shirt. It's awesome, man. So cool.
The response to that Hogan figure like that seems to be pretty darn good. I'm hoping you'll use technology like that in the future for more figures.
Yeah. Tom's tired of losing stuff in his rug.
I have a floor under here, so it usually bounces pretty far.
I think I know Magic and John. There's a torso. They're really open to evolving things and incorporating the integrated headbands, bandanas, hats, sunglasses, etc. Sometimes it's not possible. I know Bill gave it a shot with Coliseum Collection Boss Man, and it just looked like he had these wacky like goggles. The goggles do nothing, and so sometimes it just doesn't work out. But these guys do their due diligence and try to incorporate that stuff and make it work.
Yeah, it's cool though. It's really cool. I could picture the big boss man with the bottle cap glasses now, where they're like this far.
Yeah. Remember the Brother Love Jack Superstars?
Yes.
Right? I think he had the glasses sculpted on, and they just extended like into the face, and that's what Boss Man was looking like. Yeah.
I just bought new glasses. That's what mine look like. I actually brought the Brother Love figure into the glasses place and said, I want this.
All right.
You got to show off that Steiner.
We have to show off this Steiner. This is
Rick
figure of the
Steiner,
year candidate.
one of the most toyetic looking guys in the world. I love the gear. I love the beard looks so good, and this is like my favorite version of Rick Steiner. This is this late WCW era. It's so good.
Like the detail on these boots. Wait till you. I mean, I know you guys have seen it, but I mean the people in the chat who might not have found this yet. This is insane.
Yeah.
All right. Look at that. Look at those boots.
Look at them.
What's that, a boot?
Yeah, what,
crazy.
tell me you're from Philly without telling me you're from Philly.
Try harder.
Look at this figure. This is so sick. I love
Yeah.
this. This is my favorite Rick Steiner figure.
It's so good. Love it.
So good, so good. I love
The
it.
red
I
pops
absolutely-
so well too. Like it's
really
just got
does.
such a good colorization. Like it would be a standout in collections. This is so good.
I'm excited with the Build-A-Figures with the legend sets now. By the way, let's talk about Mr. Fuji.
Oh,
That
my
figure was
goodness.
well worth the wait. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh! Talk
Did you
about
get it?
yeah.
I have two. I got it from Mattel Creations when it went up.
Nice. See,
Beautiful.
look, it's working.
Yes, it is working. No, Fuji is like phenomenal. Like absolutely. Like when we unboxed it, we were talking about how great the tuxedo is on them and everything. Like it's just so much there. It's just beautiful. My buddy came over. Like he doesn't collect, but he admires. So like when he's seen Fuji, like me and him always talk about Fuji Vice. It's like one of our favorite things from the early days. And like he's seen it like melted, and then he's seen Piper's Pit. And he's like, if you find one of those, get me one. And like now he's kind of well, he's feeling it now. It's Stoney McGee. It's old fat guy BMX. So he's slowly coming over to the figure side. So I like to see.
I was just at Target the other day, and this little kid, he must have been 6 or 7, was shopping the WWE section, and the mom was kind of like, "Hurry up, pick something," and he's looking at everything, and his eyes get big. He points at the Piper's Pit. He's like, "Can I have this?" And the mom goes, "No." But you know, it just speaks to how cool some of the items are that, even a kid with very little reference to somebody like Roddy, other than maybe YouTube or the video game, like still would want a Piper's Pit.
Yeah.
Dude, I think if I was in that Target, I would have bought it for the kid. I don't know. Like, how do you say no to a kid for a Piper's Pit?
When you have kids, you'll understand that you have to say no sometimes.
I'll never understand, Mike, and I'm okay with that.
I think she was thinking knuckle crunchers, right?
Yeah, right.
Price range, maybe.
And they're right above them. So like there's that kind. The parents see that, they're like, oh, this one looks much better, right? But listen, it's a trip. I love seeing the knuckle crunchers in Target. Like it's such a beautiful setup they got going on this year or this season with the aisle and everything. And look at that Billy Gunn. That is my favorite Billy Gunn attire. All this.
I was so proud of what the shirt says. And really great too.
That's awesome.
I love it.
I was so glad how I modified it to get rid of one word.
Yeah.
Mike, what do you think of the knee pads? Did I pass your
The knee pads passed, man. So did the boots. Okay, very, very important. Those are my favorite knee pad molds, just so you know, Tom. So whenever you see those knee pad molds, those are the knee pads I like.
We got some legs in here for Charles Robinson.
Oh, he's got legs.
And he knows how to use them. All right. Almost. We just need some arms. And
that torso, by the way,
yeah.
Magic, credit to Magic for a brand new referee torso with the integrated tie. So instead of using the plug-in for the long tie that we had before, where we plugged in a bow tie and it had a little strip to cover up the plug, it's a nice clean look here.
that's awesome.
Yeah,
because Fuji's got the plug-in tie, right? Because it's got that you can kind of move it up and down.
Don't remember. But I know he's got his little vest actually overhangs over the pants.
So good.
Which is just like chef's kiss to Bill for that.
Yeah, no, it's the best. It's so impressive. It's just crazy. It's like having a little Fuji on the desk. I'm so happy.
All right. Gotta get
cool.
Eddie open.
Yeah, speaking of deco, while we're talking about it, I'm just admiring the boots on Jesse the Body. They're so spectacular. Every single release, Jesse's got these magnificent shoes.
Can we talk about Mattel Creations Jesse a little more?
Yes,
absolutely.
please.
That's an amazing. I have a couple of them. That's an amazing figure.
I still got that's how behind I am on opening. Is like you're like, let's talk about him. He's right here, and it's one of the best figures ever. Like again, the boots are phenomenal on this. I love the wash job on the jeans. It looks really, really clean, and this spectacular Jesse the Body Ventura. It's great. The packaging, as Tom likes to say, the packaging. But the Saturday Night's main event vibe going with this is such an awesome collector's piece. It's stunning. It's so good.
It's so fun, and it works for so many things. It works for Hollywood, Jesse.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean.
I have no idea.
That bandana may have been from the beer commercial. Was that Miller Lite or something? Right?
Yeah.
The gold bandana. There's Eddie Latino Heat. Yeah, SummerSlam, Saturday night's main event. Like it's a great multi-purpose Jesse from that era.
Nice.
It's got that awesome backdrop too, so you can do some cool figure photography in front of the official Saturday night's main event interview area. I'm gonna pop open Jesse while we're talking about him.
Oh yeah.
Not only am I a little jealous that Tom's got all these awesome greatest
Holy
hits
smokes.
figures, but
There's a plethora of hands in here for Charles Robinson.
he's a
It's got to
ref.
count to 10.
I always wanted to use the word plethora on the show, and I just figured out how to.
He's
Holy
got to
smokes.
do what
You can do
no
a full
fig guy
10
can
count
do
here.
and count to 10. Absolutely.
Veritable cornucopia of hands.
Look at
Yeah.
this. Like, look at the three hand. Like, it's so freaking good.
right.
Listen. I love the referee figures. They got these 3.
This, by the
Really?
way, for those asking, is a green tea from Starbucks. What's it say on it? Cheers to today, everybody. It's a green tea with no sweetener, and it had light ice, which is now melted.
That's the ice melts quicker and quicker every time you buy a new Starbucks drink. It seems like.
Yeah.
It's,
And this is what fuels me to help work with the design team to make your action figures and to sell in the figures and keep me alive to do these live streams, because I just presented today to a retailer and then ran home to talk to you guys. So shout out to Starbucks green tea.
gotta love the Bucks. I used to be a barista at the Bucks many ages ago. It was a fun job. Probably one of the more fun jobs I had.
My other secret is to tell them not to add water to the tea mix, so I get really hopped up on the caffeine from it. It's so
Turn
really
the Ultimate
low,
Warrior
really low
walking out.
caffeine.
You're like,
It's really low
My-
caffeine on the green tea.
Me and my wife will go get a refresher there, and we'll get the large, and we'll say no ice, and then we come home, put it in a separate glass with ice, and then we have it all day long.
Mm.
That's how you see. But look at this great Charles. This is great.
Lil
I need a
Nate.
whole referee shelf now. Danny Davis could go on it. John Cone could go on it. We went from no referees to 3 of the best.
How can you complain?
You can't.
No,
One of
it's
my
amazing.
goals when I joined the team was to get an actual referee into the line, and now we got a couple, and more to come, I hope.
You've done
Do you
it
want
for repeat.
referees?
I
Yeah.
love referees.
with magical with a little head nod. What are you doing?
He doesn't like officials. He's just
What other referees? I'm trying to think
Magic's
what
had
other-
bad referee experiences, I think.
We got John Cone. I'm trying to think of what other referees we could. Oh, the Hebners, Dave Hebner, Earl Hebner.
Well, that's
We gotta-
tougher.
we gotta get them under
Let's live in
contract.
reality here.
Details.
What about a Nick Patrick? Nick Patrick's got no
Ooh.
bad blood, does he?
No,
Maybe?
but he's just not available.
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying maybe for I'm just throwing the suggestion.
Yeah,
That's
I
all.
would
Maybe,
focus
what would
on
be-
maybe referees you've seen in 2K or something.
Yeah. I mean,
love
everybody could be a referee in 2K.
That's true.
I like some
Steve, are you a
special
gamer?
guest
Do you play it
referees.
at all?
I would like to. I just don't have any time.
I got that because
I get the code. I at least play it once.
Yeah.
Every time. Last year, Bill and I went to I guess one of the launch parties or something, and I couldn't for the life of me figure out how to finish the match and pin or submit somebody. Like I was winning, and I'm like, oh, this is great. I felt accomplished, like not too old anymore, or out of the loop on video games, and then I couldn't figure out how to finish the damn match. So I was like, yeah, my
That's
time is up.
R1.
Yeah. Oh,
What is
I'll
it?
get a.
Just
R1
Yeah.
wasn't
Yeah, that's
working.
it.
Pops up on the screen to what to press.
Yeah.
No, it was also like a backstage. It was like a warehouse environment or something. So maybe
Oh.
that was why. I don't know.
They make you have to
I
knock
was having
people out.
a lot of problems.
Who knocks people out in wrestling? When do you ever win a match by KO?
I didn't have brass knucks or anything at the time,
Yeah.
so it wasn't working out for me.
We need some brass knucks in fig form.
That's true.
Just throw that would be a good.
Speaking
But it
one.
of
was
build-
awesome. But it was awesome. 2K is awesome, and it looks great, and it's unbelievable to see the evolution of.
Speaking of builder
Thanks.
figures,
Oh, Mr. Backlund.
Yeah.
There he is.
there we go.
That's the bow tie kind of concept I was talking about because you can wiggle it up and down.
Mm.
So
It's
it's
the point
not
of
maybe not
articulation.
so Charles Robinson esque. So there you go. See,
Jesus.
I gotta get one that spins.
another. I'm loving the build the figures and the legends.
Yeah, they're doing great. They listen. It's a great way to get more figures out there, and really, as the dude like to say, it really ties the room together, man. But we got Jesse open. I loved it. This is so good.
There he is.
Let me
Creations
unblur
available now.
the screen a little bit. But look how beautiful. I mean, come on.
Wow.
That is Jesse, the Body Ventura, getting ready to sign you on to Saturday night's main event there. It's so good.
I need the old man Jesse with the beard.
I love
Steve,
Ref Jesse. Haven't gotten him yet, but he's a good
build a ref,
special referee. Yeah, that's a great one, man.
Ringside just got it back in stock, Mike. I'll use code FigGuys, save 10%. Steve, you'll appreciate this. I got to meet the original Rock last weekend. He was in New York at the big event.
It's been a long time, right, since his last appearance.
Yeah.
I can't even. I haven't seen him advertised in a long time. And he's going to be at WrestleCon as well. But I did have him sign my Survivor Series. Oh wait, it's right here. Hold on. My Survivor Series Don Morocco from just a couple of years back.
It's great.
Oh, nice.
Great Don Morocco.
Nice.
Yeah.
I need to
holds up.
Dude,
It does.
it's so good. I told him how much I loved him. I said how I love Fuji Vice, and he just chuckled. I couldn't believe I got more starstruck with him than I had to have any other wrestlers lately. I don't know why.
That's
I don't think
wild.
I thought I would ever meet him, but and I got to get Demolition the unsanctioned set signed as well. So
Nice,
Yeah.
very nice.
But, so what have you?
They're going to be at WrestleCon too.
They're all over the place. They do every convention.
I do want to sneak over there and get some Mattel Demolition figures signed by them.
As you should.
Absolutely. What do you guys
gorgeous.
look most forward to WrestleMania week the most? Because you're there for a whole week,
WrestleCon.
right? WrestleCon.
Yes.
The Wynn Buffet.
The Wynn Buffet is phenomenal. It's a great place.
Who's coming? Who's coming? Mike, are you coming?
I cannot this year. I was trying to make it happen. I know.
Boo
Boo me,
this man.
please. Boo me, please. I even have enough free nights. The timing's not
I
working out
offered him
this year.
to stay in my room for free.
Trust me.
I said I'm paying for it anyway. Just stay with me.
I tried. My daughter's got a recital that week.
Who cares?
Yeah. Well,
Recital.
hey, she's gonna be buying your figures in 5 years. All right? No, it's so crazy. April just books up so fast for me over here. But I was trying. Me and Tom were going above and beyond to try to make it happen. It just was not in the cards this year.
Did you know that most years WrestleMania takes place in April?
I know, it's crazy. And if it's not at the Allstate Arena, I have a hard time getting to it.
Did you know today is the anniversary of WrestleMania 1?
Oh, it's wild.
It's a lot of anniversaries.
Wild.
Zip line, Shawn Michaels coming down the zip line anniversary. It's crazy.
I love it.
Yeah.
I cannot believe WrestleMania 1 was 42 years ago.
I don't want to talk about it.
I'm loving what are X's called? Tweets, formerly tweets.
Posts?
Tweets, posts.
I call them tweets.
You can still say
tweets.
I
think it's just posts.
The X's that show the original entrance of Hogan and Mr. T with Eye of the Tiger playing.
Yeah,
I agree.
And the crowd is so freaking hyped for it. It's incredible.
It's
Dude,
the beautiful side of the internet.
I have some MSG shows just recorded off of VHS from when I was a kid with the Eye of the Tiger playing, and it just hits different.
Mm-hmm.
Like even that day, if you go back and you watch old MSG shows or the Spectrum shows or the Boston Garden shows, the crowds were so different. Like it was so electric in there. Like
it's hard to communicate to people who weren't alive during things like that, which is, growing on our team now. Like that energy level, and when people chant like "this is awesome" to things that happen today, yes, it's awesome, but it's not like the same. Like it's just like people were coming unglued. Actually, my director and I were talking right after we presented today about Shawn Michaels and the Montreal Screwjob and how the fans in Canada hated him so much. Someone just hawks a huge loogie like right on his face when he's making his entrance. And it's like real hate. And I don't condone like spitting on anybody.
No.
Yeah.
Like, even before that, people were like trying to, assault wrestlers and stuff because they hated him so much. Like that's the energy and the heat that people had, and it's just like something else.
But they
entirely.
embraced it back then too.
Yeah.
Like I tell Mike how guys like Morocco and Orndorff, how they could work a crowd to get them chanting against them, like just a drop of a dime. The way they did it, it was so amazing.
Yeah.
So it's like these guys, they get heat today, but they can't pull it out of the crowd like those guys used to do it.
I don't think it's the guys, right? I don't think it's the guys, the talent. I just think it's the audience is different now. We've
100%.
evolved as people. I don't know that the talent can do some of the things that the talent back then could do to get the heat. I think everything is just different. I think the talent is capable. I think everyone involved in wrestling is capable of eliciting a response from the audience. It's just like a different time.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't want them to do some of the things they used to do to get heat back then.
No, that's true.
No,
too. That's
but
true
also
too.
like I think that like wrestling's evolved to a point to where it's like we don't want to hurt anybody. We don't want, you know what I mean? Like we're not going to the shows to cuss people out, and you know we go there for the experience of booing and cheering, and you know it's more of a theatric audience as opposed to like a blood sport audience than it was back in the day.
It's so true. And also back then, the lines were still blurred. They never admitted, it wasn't a sports entertainment back then. Vince
I know what
coined
you're
that
talking about.
term a little down the road. We still kind of believed it was real. Like there was plausible deniability back then. And then you find out like Sergeant Slaughter got arrested, or was it Jim Duggan and the Iron Sheik were arrested in the same car for smoking marijuana or something. And it's like, what? How could they be in the same car? So,
Not that how can they get arrested, but how can they be in the same car? How dare they?
hey, listen, I'm a wrestling fan. Like, who
Yeah,
cares?
no, listen,
But-
it's different times, different, a whole different scope on it at this point. But it's crazy. Same thing could be said with like how the crowds were during the Attitude Era. Like when Austin with music was hit, you were in that building, the chills, goosebumps, the electricity in the air, like you really felt it. And like you get those moments sometimes still, but it's so hard to get back to that. Like I always see that one post where it's like, look at all the signs in the crowd, and it literally is just a crowd of signs and fans holding up signs, and like you'll never see that again like that.
Everyone can see in the audience.
Yeah, it was beautiful.
So true. Is there an update of when LJN Series 3 might be going up for pre-order?
Well, we usually do reveals and pre-orders time to WrestleMania week and WWE World. So if it were to happen, that might be a good
That might be
time
so
to
you
pay
might
attention.
want to be tuning in
Or not.
WrestleMania week.
Your loss.
And I'm just talking about general pre-orders, right?
Yeah,
I'm not
right.
talking about anything specific. So
All right.
we'll see what happens.
Can we talk about the amazing Rhea Ripley doll that is up on Mattel Creations?
Yes.
And
Yes.
since I've pre-ordered and I'm very, very excited for it, I'd like to know a little bit more about it. If you could divulge us into some beautiful details.
You're all gonna buy 10 of each,
I tried.
and everyone viewing today.
My
so
daughters even thought it was
I do-
excessive to buy 5. I was just like, you guys don't get it. Like,
I do have an update, which I don't think. Well, nobody knows I was gonna give this update, but I'm gonna do it anyway. We've improved the head sculpt on the doll, so I think that the previous head sculpt was really great.
yeah.
But it's even better now, and we're going to debut the updated head sculpt shortly. We've extended the pre-sale window for it to go beyond WrestleMania. So we will
Nice.
show the new doll at WWE World in our booth at WrestleMania. So more to come on that. I think the photos will go online on Mattel Creations ahead of that. But yeah, stay tuned for the new revised head sculpt, which looks very, very nice on it.
I can't wait. It looks like a really cool, awesome collectible piece. I mean, even if you're not necessarily a doll collector, you know what I mean? Like it's Rhea Ripley. It's kind of a completely different ballpark of something. It's going to look amazing in your collection. I just can't wait. I love the idea of having bigger stuff, especially bigger accessories like the belt. The belt looks amazing, and it's like I'm all for it. I think this is a really cool collector piece. Very not talked about enough either. I've heard people some ramblings about it, but I haven't heard too much people like all going gaga over it.
I mean, this is a great like kind of a test item because I know a lot of fans like the Hot Toys style figures, and now this is a doll. It is different, but it is pushing things into that 12-inch ish world.
Yeah.
So look, if this works, who knows what can happen? And I know back in the day, we showed prototypes of like Macho Man and Elizabeth and John Cena and Nikki Bella. Like, there was interest. So, we need the RIA to fully succeed. And if you guys embrace things like this, it could open the door for a whole lot more.
So you're saying I need to go order 3 of these Rhea Ripley's right now.
I've been telling you.
So all we need to do is everyone order 15 Rhea Ripley's, and then we get access to Macho Man back, and then we think about releasing the WrestleMania 7 Macho Man doll / large.
I couldn't
figure.
imagine. It would be beautiful.
That's all we have to do. That's all we have to do.
Little hills to climb.
First step is just buying 15 of the Rhea Ripley's. All right, done.
Yes. How about 20? Let's do 20.
20.
We'll round it up.
Yeah.
Gotta go find somebody's code online to
right.
No,
I'm really excited for it. I can't wait to see the improvements that you mentioned because that wasn't even on my brain. But
I was going to say it looks so amazing already. Like
I think it's awesome. Yeah.
The team in charge are, a fantastic designer. The design director, I believe, or design manager is a huge collector of the large scale figures. So a lot of love was put into it. Our team had input and guidance on it to try to nail all the WWE specific details. So cool. We wanted to do it right and make sure that it was a home run doll execution.
I can't wait.
Oh, absolutely.
Awesome.
About that that's like really unique, like the leather strap or faux leather strap on the title belt, and it's like an upsized title.
Yeah,
like it's really cool. Like there's a lot of really neat details on that thing.
Yeah, I was just about to ask about the title because I am a sucker for accessories, and like one of my favorite accessories that ever came out were the jacks, like one of 500 gold plated belts. So they were on that faux leather and all that stuff. Mm-hmm. Those were astonishing. Still one of my favorite belt designs to date. So it's cool to see it on a bigger scale. And I go gaga for like those cool little details. I said gaga twice. I don't know why it's in my head, but it looked so cool and captivating. And I hope people that are collectors are like looking at it as like you were saying, this is a step in the right direction. Cause I would love to see more on this kind of scale or this elaborate, design is really cool.
Do you guys want to take a couple questions before we head out from the chat?
No.
Okay.
Fine.
Thank you for joining us. No.
Sure, of course.
Let's see. Okay, here's a good one. Will you guys be having a surprise like Slim Jim Macho or Mr. T for Mania at the World this year?
Ask me again on Instagram.
All right. Will you guys?
On Instagram, maybe Wednesday of WrestleMania week.
All right. So stay tuned into Action Figure Attack.
Yeah.
On Instagram.
I would like to. I just want to see it with my own eyes if that is going to happen, If not, then...
All right. Let's see.
To be sold at a later date.
I like Nick. Finally, the term doll for a wrestling figure isn't an insult.
Yeah.
They're actually called wrestling dolls.
Nick. They have been.
Like, I know as a kid, all my LJNs were always referred to as wrestling dolls. Like, how did wrestling figures get stuck with that stigma? You could
blame that goes all the way back to G.I. Joe, and you could blame it on that because G.I. Joe technically was the doll for men, for boys.
So when they transitioned to action figure, Hasbro had the doll jar, right? That was on Toys That Made Us. So if you said doll to refer to an action figure, you had to put money in the doll jar. So I reference that all the time, but most of the people I work with didn't watch Toys That Made Us and have no idea what I'm talking about.
Great.
But
show,
anyway, doll jar.
We have a New Jack Barbie request in the chat.
So if all of you guys buy 25 Rhea Ripley dolls, I will consider a New Jack doll.
I'm not saying that I wouldn't buy. I might fund the whole New Jack project if you guys really want me to. I love it. Yeah, that's great. What else we got here, Tom? Who else is popping in the chat?
That's what I'm looking for now.
Can you read Nick Storm's gibberish question?
Yeah,
Right.
that he didn't even understand.
Which one?
ago.
Oh, here you go. Is this the cue for Steve Magic? Is that which one I'm reading?
No.
No.
Would that scale of weapon and other accessories be made? I don't know what that means.
I think he was say so. If you did make a new Jack in Barbie doll size, I'll interpret it here. When new Jack, when we get doll size trash cans and kendo sticks
we would
and
include
chairs.
Incorrectly scaled elite style
Yeah.
Yes.
weapons.
So to be like the deluxe aggression figures, right?
Barbie tooling, I think. Probably reuse the Barbie tooled shopping cart.
Oh, that would be
Ooh.
awesome. See, I like where we're going. So
I've
in
been
theory,
intentionally not saying Barbie, by the way, if you hadn't noticed.
I don't know. Never brought it up with no. So in that theory, like we're talking bringing in retooled stuff. If you guys are doing turtles, and if the turtles blimp comes out, does that mean we could get a Danhausen blimp off the same mold from the turtles line?
I want a GD WWE blimp of some sort.
We need it.
That's Danhausen or whatever. Yeah.
Yes.
So who knows? Who knows? Casey, who is my Cube neighbor, she is working on the Turtles line. And I will pester her for a
tell her we need a couple of blimps. Danhausen size.
Exactly.
Yes, very good.
20 human dollars.
we need to get a takeover of the Mattel Design Studios with Danhausen, where he's just popping around places and just trying to get his figure. That's
Request for a Build-A-Figure NWO Liz or Sister Sherry.
NWO Liz was in the line with NWO Macho Man in Monday Night War Elites. I don't know if she was a BAF or not. Anyway, they were going to come, and I think it was the episode where they were like up in the stands with the people, and DDP and Kimberly were at the entrance or something. There were two options like that we were mulling over, and then we lost rights to Randy, so that kind of put the kibosh on Liz.
So if we buy 15 or 20 Rhea Ripley dolls, we might get the rights.
Right, that whole and then we do everything I said, and then the new Jack happens, and then we can consider NWO Liz. No, if we can make it happen, we will obviously want to get NWO Liz out and as many NWO members as possible. And Sister Sherry, I think it's just a matter of time. Like, we all know she's wanted. We want a Sister Sherry figure. Magic particularly loves Sister Sherry. So we'll see what happens.
How can you not?
Definitely need a ref HBK in short.
If you gave Sister Sherry brand new hands, Magic, what would they look like?
I don't know. I don't want to.
Good question.
Can't say.
Oh, somebody asking for Mike Chioda. There you go. There's another ref.
I wish.
Yeah.
Ref Mankind would be fun.
Ooh.
We already didn't we already come with the ref shirt? I feel like that was already.
I think there was a main event.
Was it not in a SummerSlam set? Am I making it up?
I don't think there was an elite with the referee shirt.
Jessica Carr, that's a great one.
Ooh,
I'd like to see
Jessica Carr potential figures.
Yeah,
I feel like they're teasing her becoming a wrestler because she trained as a wrestler, and that whole story with her and Becky, it feels like it has to lead somewhere.
Maybe she'd be a good choice because of that.
She'd be the modern day Danny Davis.
That'd be great.
Oh.
I'd love to see it.
We would love to see a Jessica Carr figure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Looking to see. You gotta go. Oh, somebody's saying you got to go green tea, no water, Steve, so you can dilute it yourself and get double the tea.
He does that.
No, I said no water.
Oh, that is what he does.
Yeah.
Is there a picture of Bill?
But without diluting it.
Picture of Bill?
Yeah, pull that comment back up.
It was.
It is Bill.
It is Bill.
Wow.
Holding Bill Nakano.
Bill Nakano. He took on her last name in their secret wedding when he went to Japan.
Let's see. Ooh, I'd go for this. I'd love to see a Portland or NWA Hollywood era Piper in the yellow and green.
Yes.
There you go.
Yes.
I want every Piper though.
Yes.
Yeah.
Somebody asking for more territory box sets. I would love another.
Ain't
That
happening.
that is
Ain't
was-
happening.
It was a great one-off. I will say that. It was one of my favorite.
such a great set.
I don't know how people started saying it was a series or a new series, new line. Like it was a box set, like a straight up just a box set. It was a test to see if we could make it work, like something that far back in the 70s, and it did fine, but it didn't, like, you know, you can only make so much.
Yeah.
And you want to try to get, you know, home run gangbusters, and like you go that far back and it gets questionable, unfortunately. And then the talent pool is slim that far back as well. So we would rather just, you know, at this point, just focus on using those talent in legends or mainline elites or something.
Yeah. It is a fantastic thing to have in the collection. Like the packaging was stellar, great talent choice. My favorite Harley race figure of all time. This was just so good. So,
That Harley
incredible
racing is
set.
so good.
it
That's
is.
so good.
Yeah.
I don't know. Everybody's asking for updates on Elite 126.
What's the question about it? What am I
If there's any
updating?
update on Elite 126, and do you think there will be a Dennis Rodman figure in Elite or a Jelly Roll? But I don't like.
If we can do Dennis or Jelly Roll, we'll absolutely do them, no hesitation. I don't know what the 126 question means though.
Yeah,
I
I've
saw
heard
it
other
pop up a
people
bunch
saying-
of times. Any
Yeah,
me
update
too.
on 126? What do you need updating on?
Yeah, it's
in production.
It's
We're
in production.
We are making Elite 126.
It may or may
Breaking
not
news.
have WWE characters in it. I don't know.
See what Goldberg just said?
What did Goldberg say?
Steve, your shelves are being magnified on social with teases. Do you have stuff hidden back there, Steve?
I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know
yeah.
what he's talking about either. I just see some beautiful autographed.
I don't
Ultimate
do
editions.
anything on purpose or not on purpose.
Yeah. See, we like that. Here we go. We got somebody who contributed, so I do feel respectfully that we have to, because he did pay to get his thing seen here. But with Abyss being on WWE, with AJ Styles' retirement, and has anything changed on that aspect of possibly having an Abyss figure down the line? Or
I have a question for you veterans of the collecting game.
Yeah.
Does appearing on WWE television equal a signed deal that allows for action figures?
Well, if you ask
Sometimes.
Danhausen, maybe, because he's been appearing on. No, I listen. I understand. Like we just said, some talent does not have merchandise rights, and that's understandable. But
If Abyss has action figure rights with us and WWE, he
We'll
will
get an Abyss figure.
absolutely get a figure.
now, hypothetically, because we all love hypotheticals, would it be a new, updated, like nowadays Abyss? Chris Park with the suit? No, like the Abyss we've seen at the
would be
AJ Styles.
Producer.
I would
Chris
pop for
Park.
producer figures.
Yeah.
All right, that's
It's going to be the
No,
Unreal.
so the
set.
deal, here's the T. The deal that he has in place is for one figure only, and we get to choose, and Magic and I chose producer Chris Park as
With-
the only figure he'll ever get from Mattel.
in the
So,
Gorilla
breaking
play
news,
set, right?
everyone.
It's going to come with Triple H.
No accessories, no extra hands.
No nothing. He doesn't
It's
even get a
just
pen to sign the
Chris
paperwork
Park
with.
in a suit.
I would still buy it.
and, yeah, and that's it.
I would.
you're
I would
welcome.
be on board with it. All right. That's. It's
Any,
still
uh,
technically there. No.
Any closing comments or teases for the World Week before we get out of here?
We have reveals at WWE
mean,
World coming.
that is-
No, come on out. We'll be there Thursday through end of WWE World on Monday. We will be potentially doing some programming at WWE World. Programming means maybe a panel or panels or something like that. More to come on exactly what that is. So, of course, tons of reveals in the booth. If we can score a legitimate panel or two, even more forward-looking render-type reveals. We'll do interviews with Ringside. We'll do interviews with you guys if you have social channels or YouTube, and everybody else who comes out who wants to do that sort of thing. And it'll be exciting. Come hang with us, and we can't wait to see everybody.
Me and Magic could do another walkthrough, and Ethan Page could yell at me again.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're the guy now. If there's problems, we're just going to point everybody to you.
That's
Hey, if
that's
that
the way it
helps
works.
you, I'll take the one. I'll take it.
I have one more question before we get out of here.
All right.
WrestleMania coming. What match are you guys most excited to see this coming Mania? We got a lot of good stuff on the card there. I mean, they keep just delivering Raw's been fantastic. SmackDown's been fantastic. So I mean,
Danhausen doesn't have a match yet.
Danhausen, I don't think Danhausen ever needs the wrestle. If he doesn't want to, I don't think that guy. Well, he never needs to wrestle. He
doesn't need
so
to,
good.
no. But
No.
you know,
Well, do we want to see it? Absolutely, but I don't think. I think he can just keep doing what he's doing, and it's gold. It really is.
Show up like John Cena that one year in like street clothes, and then like wait for the call. Run back.
If we don't
Yeah.
get Danhausen and John Cena interaction at WrestleMania, I would be so disappointed.
So I'm only watching wrestling now
Oh.
because of Danhausen.
it's gonna happen.
Yeah,
It's
it's
gonna
gotta
Of
happen.
course.
So,
I heard that's the only reason why he's coming back to host WrestleMania is because Danhausen got, he's there now. He doesn't want to get cursed.
he could be cursed to wrestle again.
See what you did there.
I think I'm looking forward to the Punk Roman
Good
main
build up.
event.
Yeah.
I think those guys are just really turning up the heat
100%.
on each other, and that hatred week after week. And there's history there, obviously, between them. So it's pretty interesting. And I mean, same thing with Cody and Randy Orton, right? Like there's a lot of
Absolutely.
history there, and they've really turned it up. So I think, while it may not have been the Hollywood blockbuster type main events that some people like to, or WWE like to try to present to us, like bringing The Rock back or something like that.
No Travis Scott this year.
Yeah. What was that, Magic?
No Travis Scott, unfortunately.
Oh darn!
Who knows? Anything can happen, right? But
I was hoping to hear Fiend again, like
but
4
I
or 5
think
nights.
But I think leaning into history that these talent have with each other is a good choice.
Yeah.
And getting some other people that were in these feuds. Who's on the phone with Randy Orton, right?
Yeah.
I got my speculation after watching Raw last night.
Stephanie
Danhausen.
coming out. Clearly it's Danhausen on the phone.
You're a monster. No.
No, I feel like the build has been great. I've actually really enjoyed the build. I need to go to night 2 now. I haven't even gotten tickets yet. I'm waiting until it gets closer, but I'm checking every day because if I see a good little seat sneak up there, I got my SmackDown seats, I got my Raw seats.
Little Groupon deal.
I need night 2 tickets. So if anybody out there has connections, let me know.
There you go.
I mean, I'll buy them. I just don't want to.
How about you, Magic?
Liv and Stephanie.
Dude.
Yes, it's gonna be really good.
They've really turned that feud into something. Like,
Yeah.
I'm a huge fan of both ladies. And just to watch Liv the way she was kind of the third person in the what was the name of the group she was in with Ruby?
The Riot Squad?
Yeah.
Yes, the Riot Squad. Good job, Magic.
I almost said the Radicals.
Like
Then I
she was
like,
like the third member.
I
And,
gave
then,
a BS answer.
and we've watched her become a star and grow in front of our eyes. And the same thing with Dom. So seeing them paired together, I really thoroughly enjoy both of their work and seeing how they've just worked on improving their game. And they're so good. They're so good. And I'll just absolutely love it.
Dom and Finn.
it's gonna be crazy.
Really good. Yeah.
So good. It's late edition, but that ladder match for the Intercontinental title. I love seeing a good ladder match on Mania. I miss Money in the Bank being part of it.
I feel like that ladder match is going to be a good, just like talent showcase match.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh,
Where those specific guys in the match just seem like, now it's their chance to show off what they can do.
Absolutely.
Take the gloves off and go at it and go wild.
And
I
lots
always-
of
I always
young new
loved Money in the
talent.
Bank because of that. Because if it was like a little breather match, but you got to see a really big spectacle happen, and it showcased young people, it showcased old people. It was great. Seen Ric Flair fall off a 20-foot ladder. It was beautiful.
Amazing.
And like they say, they don't create new stars, but what they have done with Obafemi, Trick Williams, Javon Evans, I feel like they're doing a really good job now at building the future too. And the way Brock has sold for Obafemi.
Yeah, if you're not a fan of Oba after what happened on Raw and him chucking that security guard right into the guardrail, it was beautiful, man. But it's such a easy big guy build up, but it works so well, and I love it. Absolutely love it.
Did you all see that scary bump Io took last night, head first out of the ring?
Oof.
Yeah.
And she's my second. I think she's pound for pound the best wrestler in WWE. So the rumor is she'll be fighting Asuka at WrestleMania, their first solo match. That could be a show stealer. That could be amazing. So I'm excited.
Oscar.
Oscar. That's how I used to say it, and then they always said Oscar, but it says Oscar. So I'm excited.
Now we want a
There
WWE Sesame Street collect.
There you go. Well, speaking of which, those new Muppet figures, I got the first 3 Sesame Street figures from NECA. What a job!
The Muppets.
I
I didn't get to see the Kermit though. I think something was off, and they held them back at New York Toy Fair. But obviously, way down at the end is going to be my Muppet bookcase. For all the Palisade stuff, a couple of Fisher Price, and then the NECA stuff, including Sesame Street. But yeah, NECA, shout out to NECA.
The Muppet stage right next to the body shop. I can't let you go without a body shop reference. Seriously, with all these great Jesse figures, I don't even know if we need it, but they're so good. Every
it
Jesse
ain't easy, be green. Jabroni. Okay.
Well, I look forward to seeing you guys in just a couple of weeks now. Like 2 weeks from today, I will be in Vegas. So
I can't wait for you guys to have an amazing
2 weeks?
time. 2 weeks, that's it.
Oh
I
my
know.
God, we're out of
Crunch
time.
That's what happened to me. That's why I couldn't make it. I ran out of time. But I listen, I can't wait for the beautiful WrestleMania weekend. I hope you guys have the best successful panel, whatever you guys end up doing. I know the world's always a fun place to be. So I look forward to seeing what you guys have in store for us. It's one of my favorite times of year.
Everyone wear deodorant, shower in the morning, and maybe in the evening too, but at least in the morning.
Use Vegas. Double down.
Change your shirts every day.
Yes.
And undergarments every day. And I'll see you there happily.
Twice on Sunday.
And don't get sick. And if you are sick, wear a mask, or
don't go.
Wash your hands no matter what. All these rules. Please follow all the unspoken rules that I'm speaking of now.
Last year, when I was standing outside of the Royal to go in, one of the companies was handing out deodorant. So
genius. My
Absolutely
favorite
genius.
Comic-Con giveaway prior to my time was the Mossman deodorant.
Perfect.
Oh man,
absolutely perfect.
And then we'll talk as long as you want. It'll be fantastic. Let's do it.
Yeah.
But if you stink, we're gonna have the guy come in with the hook and just pull you away.
Wow. I'm not saying that stuff. I'm just giving you
If not, Danhausen may or may not curse you. That's official. It is definitely true.
All right, guys, thank you so much for coming and spending this time with us tonight. Magic, Steve, plug your social medias. Tell the people where they can find you real quick.
Action Figure Attack on Instagram, Action Fig Attack on X, and what's the other one? TikTok. Even though I don't use it that much. I send videos to people that are like people getting hurt and stuff, funny stuff.
That's all you gotta do.
But I don't post enough. Anyway, those are my handles. I'm on LinkedIn too.
Hey. In case you were wondering.
I'm just by my name, magic.olmos.
There you go. And we are the Fig Guys. Go to thefigguys.com to get all of our links. And we will see you back here next week, same time, same channel. Until then, be well, be good, and good night. Fig Guys out.
Thanks for watching, Big Guys. Please like, follow, subscribe, and until next time.